2, 1. How we doing, Lochlan?
I'm doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I love you, dude. You're a fucking hilarious human being. I've known you for what, like a year now?
Well, 2 years, because it would have been my freshman year.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
You're sophomore, so.
That's right, dude. Shit, time flies.
I know. It's crazy.
So what made you want to come to NDSU from Itasca?
I had planned on coming here straight out of high school all along.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I had an offer my junior year to go out to Montana State and ski out there, cross-country ski for them.
Really?
Yeah. And so I was going to go out there and go for mechanical engineering technology, actually, because they just started a program, and that's what a lot of the scholarship was based on, that, because it was a new program, and I was interested in it. Mm-hmm. And then, out-of-state tuition was like $24,000 a year, even with, it was 36.
That was Montana?
State. Yeah, Montana.
Okay.
And so you didn't offer me enough to even think about it, because it was crazy. And so then I came back. I was working on a cattle ranch over in Hibbing, and liked ag a lot. I knew I wanted to go into engineering, and so I came and toured here. Saw the ag department here, the agricultural engineering department here. Loved it.
You saw a farmhouse, and you're like, I have to come here.
No, I did not. That's not when I was introduced. But I really liked it. And then I was sitting in like econ senior year in like January, and one of my buddies turned back and looked at me. He's like, "Hey, I'm playing football at Itasca. You should come." And my dad was on the range engineering council board deal for all of St. Louis County, or the Iron Range. Okay. And so I'd known about Itasca and the engineering program like my entire life. And I was like, that's not even that dumb. I should do that. Then I did the math, and you save like $12,000 a year or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
At least, and so it turned out really well. Ended up studying abroad. That was one of the things that sold me.
Yeah, it was a study abroad program.
Yeah, going to Denmark.
Dude, I remember when... So D-Fox, I'm going to get D-Fox on the podcast. You're coming on, D-Fox. We're getting you.
Yeah, he's coming in October to do the tour.
Yeah, to do the tour. I'm going to get him on here. We're going to get him so drunk. We're going to get him so drunk on the air. So when D-Fox came and visited my high school, I was in middle school, and we were in chemistry class. And I remember thinking, like, I'm so much better than a community college. Like, this is literally my professor for 2 fucking years, my freshman and sophomore years of college, of engineering school. Yep. And I remember thinking 2 years prior to my freshman year, I'm better than that. Like, I'm so much better than that. Like, I will never go there. And then, like, I didn't get accepted into the U of M, and I was like, well, last resort, Itasca.
It's so odd that I don't know what you would call it, that it's not a stigma, because it's not necessarily negative.
It is a stigma, though.
It is.
People
around junior colleges and around community colleges, because, it's really hard to express. What did it for me was, because I mean, everyone thinks the same way. No one like wakes up when they're a little kid and they're like, man, I can't wait till I go to Itasca Community College or Hibbing Community College, It just happens. But, for me, it was my junior year. I was taking multi with Teresa, multivariable calculus.
Oh, and at Itasca. I thought you were talking about high school.
And I had a friend who I'd coached. I volunteer coached the Nordic skiing team, the cross-country skiing team there for my 2 years when I was in Grand Rapids. And one of the girls that I coached went to Yale. You have to press the button on the top. It's kind of pressed down on the mouthpiece.
Just press it?
Yep.
Just one time?
Yep.
Oh, it vibrates?
Yeah.
Like a little phone?
Yeah, when it glows green, it's ready. It'll vibrate again.
Okay.
Future.
This thing's
it's
whack.
the future, man.
Dude, it is the future. Like, that's the craziest thing, is like, you give stoners some weed and nothing to smoke out of, they'll make something. They'll turn into engineers.
Yeah.
And then you know what he did? He gave them weed legally, and then you let them get an engineering degree, and they're like, we invent shit like this. Like, they invent vaporizers where we don't have to be ripping out of apples and fucking cans anymore.
This is just CBD, folks.
Yeah, so I had a friend that was going to Yale, and she came home for Thanksgiving, and we met up and had coffee because we're still good friends. And she's like telling me about her course load and all this, and she's like, "Yeah, I've got a big Calc 2 test coming up," and we were working on something in multi that we had also done in Calc 2, and I was like, "Well, I could try to help you out. I'm dyslexic, like I'm bad at math." That was my main. Like,
you're dyslexic?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I could not imagine. I could not.
So that was like my main like.
I'm already a fucking idiot. Dude, could you imagine like if I couldn't read? Like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I was like, I can help you out. I can try. And then I helped her out, and I was like, she goes to Yale, and I helped her out. Like, knowledge is knowledge. That's
the thing, dude. It's not like a lot of people don't understand it. Is the way it used to be was like if you wanted a good education in like the early 1900s or even all the way up until the 80s, you had to go to like Ivy League school because they had all the best.
Yep.
They had all the best professors. They had all the best. What the hell? Oh,
silent.
Oh, it's my alarm. I don't know why it's set for 8:15. I couldn't tell you. But it was, they had you had to go to like Harvard or Yale. You had to go to like the Ivy League schools because that was like where all the super intelligent, like top of the field people went, right? So that's where you want to learn from those people. And they have all the resources for you to do research, for you to expand your knowledge and not only like get a degree, but potentially contribute to the world with your degree. And that was like the king all the way up until like the 80s and 90s. And then the internet was introduced. And all the knowledge that college could ever give you is right there on the internet. Like you look up anything. I look up, half my homework is online.
Yep.
And it's not even like, I don't even have to pay for most of it. Like, it's just free. So one of the craziest things is that, like, we have, like, all the knowledge now. Like, all of our knowledge is up in the cloud, on the internet. And when you need to know something, you can just look it up. It's not required, or you're not dependent on another person anymore.
Yeah.
It's already up there. All that knowledge is there. So every school has access to that knowledge. You're not being taught something else. So why not go to a community college?
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I think that's
and one of the biggest things, I just want to bring this up. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. But one of the biggest things is that like community colleges are like the breaking point for like the monopolies that universities have, right? Because universities, they can upcharge so much. Back in 2000, DFox went to
UW Eau Claire.
Madison. He went to Madison.
He went to Eau Claire.
He went to Eau Claire?
Yep.
I thought he went to Madison.
Maybe he got his
that was grad, yeah, Madison. But he graduated in 2000 from there, from Madison, not Eau Claire.
Something like he went to. I know he went to
somewhere
Eau
in
Claire
Wisconsin.
For undergrad.
Yeah.
Undergrad, yeah.
But no, it was his grad school. It was. I guarantee it was.
Okay.
He went there, but he said he paid $1,200 a semester.
Yeah.
$1,200 a semester, and he was out of state from Washington. So, it's gone up by like thousands of percent. It's absurd how much it costs now, and community colleges are kind of like the first like stepping stone into breaking the monopoly that like universities have.
Yeah, and well, what's crazy about that, and I think the biggest contributor, I mean, all technology is just finding different ways to spread, knowledge and
information and data,
everything. But with the accreditation programs that we have now, if our engineering degree from NDSU is going to be the same as an engineering degree from the U or UW-Madison or anywhere, and that carries down to community colleges. Like accreditation.
Oh yeah.
For your degree.
Yep.
And so that.
Sorry, I thought you were just. I was like, that's not. Those are two different schools.
No, and that spreads.
Those are different places.
That spreads down. Well, I'm saying the degree is equivalent no matter where you get it from.
Yeah.
And that spreads down to the next level as well. Mm-hmm. And so like multivariable calculus with Teresa Sturtz at Itasca Community College is the same as multivariable calculus.
Let's try not to dox people. Like, I can say DFox because they don't know his first name, so it's like...
I gotcha.
But, like, try not to say full first and last names.
Yep, I gotcha.
You're good.
But yeah, so it's just crazy. But UW-Madison is one of the biggest offenders, in my opinion, that I've experienced. And it might be the same with any big state school. But we went there our sophomore year for a tour with Crystal and DFox.
Really?
Yep.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
We bullied them into it. We're just like, we're going. We got like 12 people.
When the fuck did this...
I didn't know we could. Fun. It was so much fun.
But we went to Canada, dude. I got high as fuck in Canada. In public, like on the street. Like with a crackhead somewhere in fucking Winnipeg, dude. I was baked out of my mind. And then I went and bought like a giant... I was like 18. I was like 19 at this time. We were like freshmen. Like, this was way too young. And then I went and bought like a bottle of Crown and got just hammered. And then just talk shit about the Jets and almost got in a fight. So it was a bad idea. But.
Yeah, so instead of doing something like that, because I know that, I think your guys' second year, you guys went somewhere too.
Yeah, we
McDonald,
went to...
Right?
We went two places.
Yep.
We went two places. So we went to the place in Canada. I don't remember where the fuck that was.
Winnipeg?
Yeah, we went to Winnipeg. Yeah, we went to Winnipeg.
What was it called?
What was the place called?
I didn't go. Wasn't that during my Denmark experience?
That's right.
Yeah. Neither of us were there.
Yeah, you're right. No, we went somewhere in fucking Canada and somewhere in Winnipeg, and it was like pretty cool actually. They manufactured like the for farming equipment, like harvesters.
Yep.
They manufactured like the front blades and shit.
The heads.
That's
for
what it
combines,
was.
yep.
Yeah, heads for combines. Yeah, I couldn't think of the name, but yeah, they manufactured those for like a bunch of different John Deere, like a whole different
Yeah.
like, and they had different buildings for each one too, and that was just like, it was really cool to see like how much engineering actually goes into farming.
Yeah.
Because I did not grow up. I grew up in the city. I grew
Yeah.
up in Duluth, and
Yes. I grew up in the middle of Hibbing.
yeah, exactly. So like, I know nothing about like agriculture. I know nothing about farming. All I know is that it's like a giant ass field, and the people I meet are usually sweeter than hell. Like,
Yeah.
they're usually the craziest and nicest people I've ever met in my life. So I don't know. Farming seems interesting, but like, I just can't take the smell of cow shit, dude.
No, it's crazy once you kind of take a look behind the curtain of like regular society, and you really start thinking about like where food comes from, where anything comes from, really.
Yeah.
And farming,
How shit works, how shit's made, dude.
Farming is the one that always blows me away, just because of the sheer volume at which they produce and move. Like, food coming out of California is unreal.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you think about the grain belt here, because I was working in Nebraska this summer for my internship.
Okay.
And so that was like my first introduction into working in it's a flour milling company, and so that was my first.
Shout out that flour milling company.
So that was my first peek into like food production, and it just blew me away, the size and the scale of everything. Because in mining, you know, we're making 600,000 tons a day, you know, crazy big numbers, but we just ship them. We put them on rail cars and ship them to Duluth, and then they go out onto the Great Lakes and go down to Ohio. But you know, with flour, we'd make flour and then put it in the grocery store. So the size just blew me away. So like 100 million people in North America consume our product every day.
That's a third of
Yeah.
the United States.
Yeah.
That's 1/3 of the United States.
Yep.
But that's not like, that's just putting that into perspective. Like, that's
Yep.
North America is much more than United States. But
Yeah. And that's just flour, you know, so everything is like that.
so what do
Chicken,
you make? What do you guys make?
Flour.
Just flour? That's
Yep,
it?
flour.
Okay, so there's nothing else you guys like manufacture when it comes to ingredients?
Nope. You all kind of. So wheat byproducts. So obviously flour comes from wheat.
Of course.
And so when you process the wheat kernel, the wheat berry, you get an assortment of different yeah, it's a berry. Isn't that weird?
It's got berries? What?
Like a kernel of wheat is a wheat berry.
Really?
Yeah.
That's whack, dude.
I picked that one up this summer. But no, so when throughout the full cycle of producing the flour.
No, you can keep talking,
Yep.
dude.
Anyways,
he'll pull up some shit.
Parts that aren't exactly flour. So flour is only the middle part. It's called the endosperm. Parts that aren't just the flour, we set aside and sell for various things. So like, you know what malto meal is?
Yeah.
That's called farina. Cream of wheat is called farina.
Okay.
And so that's just a byproduct. So we make it when we turn raw wheat into flour, we just make it. It just is made in the process, and we sell it for more than we sell flour.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is
It's crazy, but then you think about eggs, you know.
Well, that's like the kind of like the same idea with like the chocolate chips, right? Like you're making chocolate, and then like you gotta or you gotta like melt your chocolate into like a certain shape, and then like there's always like leftovers, so they make them into like other things that are much easier, like chocolate chunks. When I worked at Dairy Queen, I actually found this out. They just buy chocolate chunks from the Hershey company.
Yeah.
And all it is they just put
waste.
a big bin under the whole thing that like makes the shapes of chocolates, and then it just like catches all the little flakes.
Yep.
And then they just like swap out the bin, and they're like, we're selling this shit too, dog. Like, it's ridiculous how like you can just monetize just about everything in the manufacturing process.
Yep.
And that was something that was so foreign to me until I got into the industry.
Yeah. No, it's crazy.
Ridiculous.
We sell our waste. Our waste product we sell as animal feed.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's the craziest thing is like how green like agriculture really is. Like not mass farming. I'm talking about like actual good agriculture that's like, I can't even think of the fucking word for it. But like mass farming can be bad. Like holding cattle in like tiny cages, like a foot apart from each other.
Yep. No, I
just
gotcha.
such a bad way. But like open ranches, like shit you see in North Dakota all the time.
Yep.
You don't see those mass farming companies in North Dakota really. So you see like awesome, just like free roaming cows, and it's just so crazy how you can use everything in the process of like farming.
Yeah.
You guys are making flour so that people can have bread, tortillas, literally
everything. Yeah.
literally like everything under the sun.
Yep.
And then you take the waste and you sell it as animal feed.
Yep.
And then there's also this little thing that's like, I'm pretty sure a wheat testicle, but it's called a wheat berry because they didn't want to call it a wheat nut. And you can sell that for more than you sell your actual product for.
No, so like when you go out into a wheat field,
Yeah.
it's the stalk, and then there's a bunch of little kernels.
Yeah.
Those kernels are the berries.
Okay.
That's it?
Yep.
That's all you can use for, like, making a flour?
Yeah.
You can't use the stem or anything?
No, it's just the
But
little.
that's
it's just
the waste.
kernels.
Oh, that's
Yep.
okay. That's
And so we bring in the kernels, and they basically get crushed or ground up, and then sorted, and then crushed and ground up again, all the way through. And so there's different types of flour or product as it's going through the mill.
I'm really glad I'm learning this actually, because if I were like stuck in some sort of some sort of apocalypse and all I saw were wheat fields, I'd be like fucking dead in a day because I didn't know how to make bread from wheat. I'd have no idea.
Oh, okay.
Yep. Yeah. So those kernels are what you use to make flour.
Yeah, you just crush the fuck out of them.
Yep. Yeah. And so throughout the different
That's sweet.
stages, it's like it can be up to like a 25-step process.
Yeah.
Getting it all the way down. And so one of the byproducts that you make when you're reducing it is farina, which is cream of wheat, which we sell for more than flour. So we unintentionally create it and then sell it for a profit.
That is
This stuff?
Farina, F-A-R-I-N.
crema.
Farina? Something like that?
No,
With an A. If you just look up cream of wheat, it'll come up.
cream of wheat, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's not how you spell wheat.
Yeah.
Oh shit! What?
Yeah.
Dude, I've had cream of wheat like all the time.
I know. We sell.
Isn't
We
that
got
just
it.
grits?
Kind of.
Cream
Yeah,
of
grits.
wheat. Yeah, it's
Grits
just
is very
grits.
similar, I think.
Yeah, it's
I've never
just-
actually had grits, to be honest, but
Oh, they're good.
Slaps.
Dude,
Does it?
Dude, cream of wheat is like my grandma would make that shit
Oh,
when I
yeah,
go
yeah.
there, and it'd be so sweet and so decadent. And I'd be like 8 years old. I'd be like, "The fuck is this, Gram? Like, I've been eating nothing but gummy bears and Pop Tarts for the past 3 days, and then you hand me like this, and it's good and it's just delicious, wholesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we always joked, like, right when I got there, obviously, Corona was happening, and so one of my coworkers who was from he was from Oklahoma, but he had transferred from Texas to Omaha. He's like, yeah, once all this Corona stuff started happening, I told TJ, who's the plant manager, he's like, I'm just going to grab a 50-pound bag of farina and head on home, and we'll have enough food for whatever, 20 days, because it's cream of wheat. All a Malto Meal does is package it from us. They don't do anything else. So So we sold it in 50-pound bags and 2,000-ton totes.
That's sweet.
Or 2,000-pound totes, 1-ton totes.
That's sweet.
Or,
You could just get a big ass bag. I don't know if you'd ever
50
eat
pounds.
Yeah, I don't know
That's
if you
so much.
You'd
You
never
buy
eat
like
it.
12 ounces at the store, and you have it for 4 years. So
Yeah, it's always in your cupboards. It's like back there. You're like, does that shit
like
go bad?
baking soda, you just always have it.
Yeah, you're like, I don't know if that goes bad. I think it's good forever. I think it will stand the test of time.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, that's so ridiculous. And
It's weird.
So
for sure.
how come a lot of people like? Do you know anything about like the fact that like greenhouse gases are being caused a lot by like agriculture and like farming and shit like that?
Yeah. So
I know a little bit. So what I do know is that like most of that is coming from like mass farming.
Yep.
But actual farms or actual ranches are negative in carbon production.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, they consume carbon because of the cows constantly. Like their farts don't.
Yep.
Like there's not enough cows. There's enough cows in a mass farming area that per acre they're releasing so much methane into the air that's really fucking with the ozone layer.
Yep.
But like actual like free range farms aren't doing anything like that. If anything, they're saving the production or the consumption of carbon. So it's crazy. But what do you have to say about that?
Yeah. So I mean, I came from a very similar situation like you, where I'm just kind of picking up on ag as I go. Like, I didn't grow up, like, my dad's a miner. I mined before I got into ag.
Okay, let's talk about mining then. I don't know
shit
shit about mining.
We can after. But no, so with the cow thing, or the industrial farming thing.
Yeah.
The big argument that I've been exposed to, and there may be other arguments, I'm just not sure, but the big one is when you get so many cows grouped together, it's the methane that they fart, right? And so I don't know how appropriate that is, like how many farms that fall under that category that can do that damage. But I know one of the other really big arguments that's been an argument for lifetimes is the use of like fertilizers and stuff in fields, because you think about North Dakota, you know, if they fertilize and spray their fields all summer, whatever, and then we get a harsh winter with a lot of snow, and then all the runoff carries all those chemicals into the Red River, then down into Nebraska and Kansas, and even locally too. There's been pollution problems.
Yeah, but even in my like city boy brain, like when I talk about that stuff, I mean like global warming.
Yeah,
like, on the whole, like what politicians are talking about.
No, it's the cows farting. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy about that is there's actually a bacteria that you can feed them that reduces the amount of methane that they produce to where it doesn't matter.
To where it doesn't. Hold on. Let me make this very clear.
Yep.
When you say it doesn't matter,
their output.
Yeah, hold on. No.
Is negligible. Yeah.
When you say negligible in this type of industry, whether it's the food industry, the oil industry, cigarettes, doesn't matter. You know when they say fucking natural gas, like burning natural gas is clean. It's clean energy. That's not true. It's just about half. It's just
cleaner.
It's just cleaner than coal. Like,
Yep.
There's no such thing as clean fucking like burning of natural gas. You can't burn natural gas and it be clean. You're constantly polluting the air so much with burning natural gas, and you're just doing it at half the rate now.
Yep.
It's not the fact that like coal was so bad and natural gas is like, if natural gas was, let's say, like 100 times cleaner than coal, it would be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
No-brainer. You'd run everything off that shit. Your babies would be drinking it out of little bottles. Just everybody'd have it. We'd figure out how to live off it somehow. But no, when it's only half as good as what we had before, like that's still just doing bad shit. But coal was dirty, and that was dirty. Coal is dirty, and
it's a problem.
Caused the buildings to be dirty and like fucked with our lungs. So
have you seen those pictures from New York during the Industrial Revolution, like Great Gatsby times, of like downtown New York, and everything's just covered in soot?
Just covered.
Yep.
Oh, dude, if you look up Pittsburgh, look up Pittsburgh during like Industrial Revolution. So I went to Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and they had one building that they left dirty, right? They left it just nasty. Look at that shit. No, what the fuck? Yeah, it's smoke, dude. No, pull over. Go to that one that says Pittsburgh in the top left, the first picture. Oh shit! You can't zoom in on it, can you? Oh yeah, you can.
Perfect. There you
go. Fuck it. That's just telling us.
I've heard that it's actually like a cool city.
Oh, Pittsburgh's amazing. Yeah. But what they did was when we went on the tour, they had one building that they left dirty as fuck. And they're like, that's not just to like match the aesthetic of the city, right? That because all the other buildings were super clean, and they had to clean them through a really bad chemical process.
Yeah.
So they never fucking cleaned them back in the old days, because the way to do it, they'd have to get people up there basically pouring this bucket of like acid down the side of the building.
Yep.
And it would get into like the sewers and shit and fuck with people. So they killed like 8,000 people trying to figure that out.
Yeah, naturally.
Like in their city. And so they were like, fuck it, we're never going to clean it. And then we came up with like pressure washing and shit like that. So we came up with like better methods to clean buildings. And so all the buildings that were historic there, that have been there for so long, they were all clean except one of them. And they left that one there just to like keep the reminder of like how dirty what they were doing is. And they also require every single like building or skyscraper or whatever you want to call it, they have to have a green space attached to the building. So that building has to own a second part of land. That's like a mini Central Park, essentially. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh was an amazing city to see. So many bridges, too.
Yeah.
Shaped so weird. Shaped like this big triangle. And there's just rivers, like, running. And they meet.
Well,
it's, like, right at a delta.
Yeah.
It's so titties. It's like you're driving over a bridge and you just look and you're like, that is crazy. That's so nuts.
Yeah.
This one.
Yeah, literally that picture. You can go see that from a. Well, no, you can't go that high. But if you backed up a little bit more, you would be on top of like a really big hill. So Pittsburgh is actually very like surrounded by trees. Like that is a very forest heavy area. It's so beautiful. And driving right into, you get over this hill and you come out of a mountain, right? Right on the main highway there. You literally go through a mountain and then you come out the other side. Oh, it's not a mountain. It's more of like a big mound. But you come out the other side and you just see all of Pittsburgh and it's just gorgeous. Absolutely love that place. Coming from the airport, at least.
Bro, that's so sexy.
Yeah, it is very green.
Yeah, there's
there.
a lot of people sleep on industrial towns for being cool, but they're really cool.
Oh, super cool.
Like Omaha?
Old towns?
Huh?
Old towns are the best.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
Fuck LA. LA is gross, dude. LA is the worst.
but like that was cool about Omaha because no one ever tells you that it's neat. Like that's a cool little city, you know, with like a really unique downtown old market deal. But it is,
Yeah,
you know,
no,
and it's
super
solely
cool.
because it's been there forever. You know, and it's the same thing with Pittsburgh and Cincinnati and Cleveland and all those, and Duluth.
Yeah.
you know, Ann
Duluth.
Arbor. Yeah.
Duluth is the craziest thing because Duluth was on track to being as big as like Chicago.
Yeah.
To this day, Duluth was just on its way of being like one of the biggest cities in the United States of America, and something happened along the lines. I think it was. I don't know what it was. It was some sort of like, I don't think it was like a pandemic, but I think it was like some sort of like really bad economy due to like the harbor, and people just moved the fuck away.
Yeah, I know there's a lot. There's a
Or it's
lot
the
of
hill. That's the issue.
Yeah, that's pretty bad too. But I know there's a lot of like Native Americans in the area at the time, and so like they had to fight to get a lot of their property.
I'm talking about like they did this shit in like 1910.
Okay,
Or
all right, not like settling Duluth.
No. This was like 1920s or 30s when they're like Duluth could be as big as Chicago.
Yep.
And that they just thought it was going to exponentially grow.
Yeah. Well, you think about in that time period, you know, we had come out of one war.
Yeah,
We're going into another war. It was the Industrial Revolution. You know, society was booming, and
true.
all of that iron was coming from northern Minnesota through Duluth. Through Duluth.
That's so crazy. That's so crazy to me.
Yeah.
Like every fucking tank,
Yep.
every gun.
Yeah. The 60 miles is where I'm from, dude.
That's true.
all right there.
We really, that's what it was. It was an overproduction of steel.
Yeah.
It was an overproduction of steel. We didn't, like, after the war, we didn't need all that fucking steel anymore. They're like,
Yeah.
we're done with that. Like,
And mining's cyclical. It's a cyclical, you know, structure for the economy. It's got its ups and downs because that's
absolutely.
the way that it is.
But its
you know?
ups and downs are so giant.
Oh yeah, and that's why I got out of it. That's
Yeah.
why I went into food, because everyone's got to eat. You know.
Exactly. Like when ups are good, you can make a fuckload of money.
Yeah.
It's hard ass work, but you're gonna make good money. But when times are bad, you're not making anything.
I know, man.
It's rough.
I got
Iron Kid. You got Iron Range Kid right here. What am I saying?
I
He
got
knows.
2 years out there, man.
I'm over here trying to tell you what you know. That's
No.
fucked.
Yeah, it's crazy though. It's crazy to think about.
It really is. Like,
But yeah. So, have you ever seen a picture of my high school? Hibbing High School. It was it was built in 1920, so just off the back of World War I, and so the economy was booming, and the mines built this ridiculously extravagant high school
Really?
in Hibbing, in downtown Hibbing. Yeah, for a town of like 4,500 people at the time. Now it's like 16 or 15,000. But yeah, it's got like gilded gold ceilings in the auditorium and one of a kind chandeliers, and yeah, it's crazy.
There's what?
Yeah,
Dude, no
it's nuts.
way.
It's nuts.
All
That's
I'm-
what it is. Like, money was there. People have a hard time like thinking about like money comes with industry.
Yeah.
You know, that's where money comes from.
Oh yeah.
Is
So
that
why? So then ask me like
yep, that's our auditorium.
what?
Dude, not gonna lie,
What?
it's like a castle, bro.
Damn.
If
what?
you find pictures of it like in the 50s, like all the walls and those like two pillars have like the turrets or whatever on top, and there used to be like
The turrets.
like the things for shooting arrows out of, like it's a concrete pillar than a space than another or like a brick pillar.
Yeah,
so you,
it's just a little hole.
yeah, go around it, shoot an arrow, then tuck back behind. But they're starting to fall off.
What are you doing, dude? Don't worry, we can't get it for this episode. That's unfortunate. But that's crazy. I've never actually seen like Hibbing High School before. I've never.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
So what? That's so whack.
Bob Dylan went there. Kevin McHale went there.
Bob Dylan did go there. That is nuts.
Yeah.
Oh my god. And he probably, I imagine. So that's weird to me is how they can expect like such a main export came out of like Duluth, Minnesota, right? Mm-hmm. But like we reached like population size, like we reached the limit like way too quick. We reached the limit of like how much industry there is around Duluth to actually warrant that many people.
Right.
It only warrants like 80,000 people plus whatever Hermantown is, and that's like another 14 or whatever.
Well, and that's why it's the size that it is today, and it's not bigger.
Yeah. And that's just the oddest concept. So like what did like Pittsburgh do different?
Well, if you think about it, they're not
a
supplier. All they do is process. Oh. Yeah, so they can.
That's where the money is.
Yeah, as long as they can take it, the money's there.
That is so
as
true.
long as those boats are coming down the river with the iron, they can have the fracking ovens running, and they're making steel.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think.
And that's why the more unrefined a product is, the more volatile the market is, but the greater the margins are. It's like you look at crude oil. It's terrible work. It's never steady, but when it's good, it's really good. And we're just coming off the back of that.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I experienced that firsthand. I mean,
you were out in Williston, right?
Fucking Dickinson.
Or Dickinson, even worse.
Those poor people.
Yeah.
Dude, like, just being that far away, that's like being on a whole new planet, dude. It really is. It's a whole different world out there.
Yeah, driving from Fargo to anywhere out there, like to Bozeman, Montana.
If you're not going, like...
That's the worst stretch of road in the U.S., like in probably the world, dude. Honestly,
it's not even like 35, like the interstate that goes all the way down to Texas.
Yeah,
it's not even like that. It's just straighter than that, which is fucking crazy because they built that to have like to land planes on in case of like national emergencies.
Yeah, well, it goes. Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. I go out on a road trip every summer with my best friend from high school to a national park somewhere. Yeah. And so after my freshman year, when I got back from Europe, we went to Yellowstone and Glacier National Park. And so we were like, we were pretty tired and we were ready to get home. So it was like 9 a.m. or something. And we were in Montana. We're just like, let's just get home. And so we just hopped in the truck and drove all the way through the night. And so I drove from like West Glacier to like an hour outside of the park, and then my buddy drove for like 6 hours across Montana. Then I hopped in at the border of North Dakota, and I drove straight from the Montana border to Grand Rapids, Minnesota through the night. Yeah, I got pulled over in Minot at like 3 a.m. doing 20 over. So I was doing...
That's nothing in North Dakota though.
60 and a 40 in a construction zone.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
That's just like
at 3 a.m. And so this guy comes up and we have this with us. And
you're both on it.
Yeah. Yeah, and so he comes up and he's like, "You're going awfully fast, son." I was like, "Yeah, I know. I'd been doing 90 on the interstate, then came into town, dropped down to 60, so I'd started slowing down, and then it went from a 60 to a 40, like boom, boom, because of the construction zone. And I was just coasting because my truck was a manual. But I mean, I could have 100% hit the brakes and actually slowed down. But my I remember it so clearly because it was just like, whatever, there's no one here.
Yeah.
We are in bumfuck nowhere. There is no one around here. And a pair of lights pull out of nowhere. I was like, it's a cop. 100% it's a cop. And it was a state trooper. But he comes up and he was like, yeah, whatever. He handed my ID and he's like, "You're on all the way to Hibbing tonight?" I was like, "Yep, we are." And he's like, "All right." And he like walks back and he's like, "All right, man. Well, I got you for 20 over." in a construction zone. So I tried to do everything I could for you. So I knocked you down to like a 19 or whatever. So it's the one pay grade lower. And I was like, thanks, man. He's like, but, you know, it's still going to be $25. And like the entire time in Minnesota, that's like a $600 fine. And because it doubles in a construction zone. Yeah. And if doing 20 over is like $400 easily.
Oh yeah.
You know, and so this guy's like,
and it's like your firstborn child too. Like they take everything.
Yeah. Me and my best friend are sitting there just like pasty white, sweating, and we're like $25. We're like, okay, see you later, man.
He's like, nah, dude, just a crisp ham shake. Have a good day.
Yeah, daps me up and walks away.
That's really all it is. They're like, hey, just keep it under 20, buddy. Bop, bop, out.
Yeah, no, we pulled away, and I was like, that was worth it.
Sped away, got back up to 60 in the construction zone. You're like, there's not another state trooper.
Oh man.
Oh god. When it happened to me, dude, I just got back from a friend's house, and it was like the first time I hung out with like my old friends from high school, like in a while. I hung out with like some really old friends, and we had some really good fucking times. So I was feeling great that night. And me and one of my buddies, Taden, we were driving next to each other, and I was like, well, it's fucking 2 a.m.
Yeah, no one's here.
No one's here. I was like, we're not gonna go like any faster than 50, and we were in a 35. And I'm just like, I speed up to 35, and I swear to God, my car is going to fall apart. Because I'm driving a 2000 Honda Civic with like 275,000 miles on it.
Nice.
Like, this thing is ready to explode. Like, right in front of me. And I fucking revved that fucker up to 6,000 RPMs and let it just go from 30 to 50 in like, I don't know, 30 seconds. It took a while, but it got there. And hit 50, and I like... I had to turn, so I was like, all right, just hit 50, and then I like immediately slowed down and went up the hill. Got up the hill, fucking cop flies up right behind me. I just pull over, and he gets out, and he's like, were you racing there? And I was like, this thing can't race, sir. And he's like, why? And I was like, it'll explode. It'll blow up right here if I do that. And he's like, well, you were going pretty fast. And my thought at the time was that no one's fucking here.
Yeah.
Who cares? I looked too, like where the cops are. I looked right over at like this parking lot,
there.
and there was nothing there, dude. I looked. I was like, I got my glasses on. I can fucking see. No one's there. Like, let's do this.
You remember this in Grand Rapids? You and me, like, it was someone flicking us off. You remember that? The guy in the plow truck.
No,
Tow
dude.
truck. It was the middle of winter.
That was you? I thought I was with Carl.
No, that was me.
Dude, you know, like...
Yeah, because you know what the fuck, man? He cut him off.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's like, what the fuck, man? And Trent just barely, like, flicks him off, kind of. And then, like, what the fuck? And the dude speeds up right next to you, swerves into your lane, and then just flicks you off and stomps on the accelerator and takes off.
Did I cut him off? I think I did.
Wait.
No. What happened was we were driving, right? And I was driving. I wasn't really like paying attention to the lines on the road because I was talking to Dan.
Were you going to like Taco Bell where it cuts down?
No, we were going to we were going to like towards Home Depot, like towards Target, over the bridge.
On 169?
Yeah, over the bridge. No, not on 169.
On 12th or whatever that is, that road that goes by the airport. Yep.
Yeah, that road.
Yep.
Like that. Not the back one. But the
Yeah, it's
main
169.
main road.
It's
That's
169.
169. Yeah, 12th is the back one with the roundabout and shit, right?
Yep.
Okay. We were on 169, and I fucking was talking to Dan, and I just merged over a little bit. Like, I got into his lane, and like he must have been like right behind me, so it would have been like I was cutting him off. And I remember looking, I was like, oh shit. And I got like back into my lane, and then the guy pulled up, and I was like, I just looked at him, and he was just like, I was like, what's going on, dude? Like, I was like, something wrong? Like, I tried to look at my fender. I was like, is it dented? Like, was it broken?
Yeah.
Missing a tire? Like, what's going on? It's urgent. It's clearly urgent. You're angry. It's scared.
I think it was snowy and you just swerved on accident.
Probably.
It was like icy.
Yeah.
Probably. I don't
Like, oh,
fucking
shit.
know.
And then dude just like, he freaked at you flicked him off, then that happened. And it was stupid. It was unnecessary from him.
It was so unnecessary. It was just like, I was like, why? Like, and my first thought was like, he's having a rough day. Like,
Yeah.
you can't even blame the dude.
Yeah.
Like, I was there at the gym the other day. I was sitting at the gym, and I was minding my own business. I was literally doing like shoulder press on one of the long benches, so I had to like tip the chair up, and my like head was against it, and I hate those ones. Those are my least favorite ones. I like sitting on the ones where it's like half a back, so I can like lean over it and like kind of cheat the system a little bit. I like doing it, but that's like how I do shoulder press, like military press.
Yep.
And this kid, like, I had to do it on the bench because this kid was just sitting there, and he was just on his fucking phone. Just on his phone. For, like, the whole time. I went through, like, 3 sets, and my sets are long as shit. I'm there for, like, 10 minutes.
Yep.
He was on his phone the whole time, just sitting there. And I was like, dude, other people want to use those weights, the 10 that you have surrounding you, and they want to use the bench, too. And then I thought about it, and I was like, actually, no one is upset about this except me, dude. I was I'm just having a bad day. Like, I was like, I can still do the set, like,
Isn't
just
it funny
fine.
how that happens so fast like that?
Just fine.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm probably bipolar.
We probably all are a little bit. So
our whole generation.
So I don't know if you knew this, but Omaha, Nebraska is widely regarded as the single worst city to drive in the U.S.
Oh yeah,
and it is 100% true.
What is it about it?
No one knows how to drive. It's just, I can't express it to you, but people drive in a very counterintuitive manner in that city.
Oh yeah, isn't that?
It's just like, it's ridiculous. It's, do you know what it feels like? It feels like
I think the edible just hit me. I don't know if you heard me go. Oh,
humming at the right frequency now.
Oh,
no,
absolutely.
But I think it's because it very much has that feel of a small farm city that just kept on getting bigger, and now it's got like 500,000 people, and so between that, so that leads to none of the intersections making sense unless you're like on the interstate.
You just totally tell.
Yeah, unless you're on the interstate, which like Omaha's over here, it's on the river, and so it went straight north and south and straight east and west. Unless you were on the interstate, all of the intersections were fucked. Like there's like the one on up by UMD with that 5-way uncontrolled intersection.
Yeah,
in Duluth.
I know exactly what
Worse
you're talking
than that,
about,
bro.
I drive.
It's brutal. What's that on? What's that on?
That's on Skyline.
Yeah.
Fuck that fucking
you ever been through that day?
intersection.
Oh, it's a trip, dude.
It's like a football field size of like like when you're think about like a cross section, there's a square in the middle, right? There's a square that you could draw in the middle of that. You couldn't draw a square in that intersection.
Yeah.
You literally would have to draw like an oval rectangle that looks like a giant pond that's like the size of a football field.
Yeah.
This is in Duluth.
Yeah.
In Duluth, and it's
Skyline
5
Parkway.
ways, and one of the ways splits off into 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like one of the roads goes like way up a hill and the other one goes down, and it's a trip.
And they don't have stop signs.
Yeah.
Like it's like a 3-way stop.
Yeah.
It's not a 4-way.
It's messed. It doesn't make any sense.
Dude, people die there every year. They're like,
and it's like right in the middle of the hill too. Well, because
dude,
the rest of Skyline Parkway is just so nice to drive, especially at night, But people you have to go through there, so
it's terrible.
Yeah.
I sometimes like I have to go there to get to my girl's place.
Yep.
That's the road I have to go on. And it just fucking, every time I get to him, like, motherfucker. Like, I'm just so upset.
Well, it's always funny, like, the game that you play with the other people, because, like, you inch forward, and then they inch forward.
I know.
And then, like, you either have to, like, big dick energy it and just go for it, or, like, then you got to, like, pull back and let them go. But, like, you make eye contact, and everyone just kind of knows what's about to happen, Or you don't if you're in Omaha, and you just fucking go.
Dude, but
there'd be times with, like, dual lane, city street, like, so 4 lanes of traffic.
But, dude, that intersection in Duluth, like, people turn their blinkers on and still don't know where they're going.
Yeah.
You still have no idea.
Dude, you just got to drive whatever road you're going on and just go.
You just got to assume where the car is going to be. Like, you got to, you're like, the body language of that car tells me it's not going to turn around. Like, that's your thing. Like, you got to look at its body language and, like, guess where it's going to fucking be. Because this one time, someone had their blinker on. And they just had their blinker on. They're sitting in this road.
That can mean anything.
And there's like there's like the one road here that they could have turned right on, or there's like the one like kind of angled this way, and then there's like 3 other ones angled that way, and they're all to his left. I was like, what fucking road are you going to, sir? Like, just point at it. Yeah. Point with your car which road you're going and just go straight. Like, through the trees, don't give a fuck. No, and then I sat there and I waited. I was like, all right, you got your first. Like, just take your fucking turn and go. The motherfucker pulls out, like, kind of in front of me, like he was taunting me, and then he just did a U-turn, like, back the same fucking way. And I was like, it's not a labyrinth, motherfucker. There's more entrances than exits. Yeah. Like, what the fuck?
No, it was unreal.
That intersection. But
Yeah.
Omaha, Nebraska is apparently worse than
Worse,
that.
worse, much worse. There's like 15 of those. Right, I didn't live right downtown, but I was like a mile and a half west of downtown, so I was still pretty close. But there is much worse, especially like the closer you got to the river, the older the city is. And so, some of those neighborhoods just, you would merge or you'd exit off the interstate going 60, boom, instantly 35, boom, 4-way, like 2 double split, single lane, like 1-way.
Dude, I'm getting anxiety.
Dude, it's brutal. Dude, I would go to, because I had some friends that I rock climbed with that lived to the north of the city, and so I'd go out there and have drink with them for like taco night once I turned 21.
Yeah.
And I'd be coming back down like kind of buzzed, like, probably I'm fine to be driving because I hate and stuff. Okay. But I'd get to those intersections and I'd be like, wait, what the fuck am I doing? What are we doing here? Just no clue because I wouldn't use maps. It was brutal.
Oh, God, that is...
Dude, I'm moving to Tampa next summer for my job.
Okay.
That's going to be rough.
Why?
It's going to be hot and humid.
That is going to be so hot and humid, dude.
Dude.
You're going to come back and be like, I had a Cajun shrimp. Like, be like, we got so many crawdads in my suitcase. There's there's crawdads in my suitcase. Crawdads. When he comes to visit, he brings all of his shit with him, and it's mostly crawdads. Yeah. He's from Tampa.
It's a whole suitcase.
There's a whole suitcase full of crawdads. Hey, you be careful with that.
That's almost a meal, yeah.
It's fucking absurd. No, oh my God. I don't get places like that. But that's what happens when, like, you let people build a city.
Yeah.
That's what happens when, like, you got a bunch of people that live around each other and they need each other for things. But there's no city, right? There's just a bunch of people there. And they're like, I'll build my own fucking road to my house. And then they start doing that and people branch off. And then it just looks like shit.
Yeah.
In the air, it looks like just...
See, that works when you're like...
maze, dude. It's ridiculous.
When you look at, like, your Oklahomas and Nebraskas and stuff, because it was just flat when people were settling it. But you look at Tampa, and it's, like, all in a swamp on the ocean. It's just a giant bay, and there's, like, 2 beaches.
No.
Everywhere. Just anywhere that, on stilts, whatever, just build it. You can live anywhere you want. It's crazy.
You really can.
Dude, Europe is the worst about that.
What do you mean?
Their cities don't make sense. They're not laid out in grids, you know? Like,
no, they're not.
It would, I guess, I had a bunch of maps
cities
downloaded on my phone. But, like, if you think about Prague, those roads make no sense.
No. Dude, I don't know how the fuck I made it back from the 5-story club by myself, blackout drunk.
It's because it follows the river, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And it's the river just winds.
Dude, that's whack. That's so crazy.
Budapest was rough for me.
Budapest was fun. I did get lost in Budapest like 5 fucking times, but I had a great time in Budapest.
How far did we walk that day? Like 10 miles or something ridiculous?
Something like that.
It was crazy.
It was like 32,000 steps?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
When we were traveling, we'd walk fucking ridiculous.
Well, especially Budapest, because we all got shitty that night on the river.
Yeah.
You know, when we got in. So then we all woke up, and then we just started walking along the river, and we, like, got food, and we were just out all fucking day.
Oh, did you guys do that riverboat thing?
Yeah. Dude, Jamie paid for it.
Yeah, we did the riverboat thing, and it was just like us.
Yeah.
Like, it was no one else on the boat. Like, we were the only ones there. It was kind of whack.
Dude, we had a few other people on there, and I was talking to some people from, like, the U.S., and they had, like, a kid that went to our school, or like, knew, like, in St. Paul, and I, like, knew some people. It was weird. It's weird when you travel, and then you start meeting people that, like, 100%. You can connect with.
Yeah,
like,
D-Fox, we met a guy where was that giant-ass church that was surrounded by, like, walls? It was on top of something. Was that Prague?
That's a good question.
It was on top of like a big hill. You had to walk up a bunch of steps.
Yeah.
When we went there, they were having like a UK day. Mm-hmm. It was weird. They had like this weird UK.
We were there for Easter.
Oh, that's fun. We were in Italy for Easter.
There was 8 gajillion people. It was brutal.
Dude, Italy was worse.
Yeah, I believe it.
Italy for Easter? That's what
people do, yeah.
That's where they go. That's like their journey.
Yep.
Like that's where they go. That's it. So we were there on fucking Easter and it was just chaotic. Like every single cathedral that was having a mass had like 20,000 people surrounding it.
They're like rock concerts.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it wasn't, and everyone was quiet. That was the crazy. It was just like silent, and it was just nuts. But the whole fucking city just stopped for a day because of Easter.
Dude, it was so bizarre to me when we were in Italy because we all went, like, remember when we went cliff jumping? Were you part of that?
Yeah, I was there.
Oh, you guys went cliff jumping too?
Yeah. It was so much fun.
Was that Cinque Terre?
Santa Margarita.
You guys went, Santa Margarita.
Yeah, we walked, like, to that pier or whatever. That was fun. That was a good time.
Yeah.
And we went cliff jumping, but we all, like, we got back at, like, 3 o'clock, and we're like, oh, we're hungry. We could mess up some food. Everything was closed because it was their fucking siesta or whatever it's called in Italian. No, that's what it is, though. When they all stop working and they go and take a nap and then... That's what it is.
Talk about working in Italy. You work like 4 fucking hours a day.
They're open from like 9 to noon, and then they're closed from noon to 2, and then they're open from 2 to 6 or whatever it is.
Dude, it's not even... Dude. And like, that's a different crew from 2 to 6.
Yeah.
From it is 9 to noon. Yeah. Like, those are different people.
Well, the Danish work week is 35 hours, and you get 2 months of vacation.
That's still considered like dedicated in fucking most of Europe, dude. In Paris, France, if you work for 4 hours a day, that's it. That's all you can do. And if you actually do work for those 4 hours, you will be shunned.
I know, it's crazy.
People will be look at you and be like,
well, that's what's crazy compared to like what
fucking nerd.
Because like my second summer at the mine, my shortest week was 58 hours in 1 week, and my longest was 96. So like, you go from that, and you like absurd. Look at anyone in Europe, and they're working 35 hours full time, like, and that's like a lot, and it's like, and 2 months of vacation.
Dude, they have a year for maternity and paternity. Like, you could be a father. You could nut in a woman and then do nothing
for a year. Yeah.
After she goes through the process of destroying her body and pushing out this 9-pound monstrosity that you create.
That's just big brain plays, man.
Yeah,
Chestnut
and then you're just like, hey, why don't you go make some more of that green stuff?
Yeah.
We need that to live.
No, it's wild.
So, yeah, and then you could just be, like, chilling at home with the baby all day.
Yeah.
They're just bending over at the waist, putting fucking DVDs into DVD players. Just letting the thing sit there. You're like, it's not making memories yet. It's not going to know Kill Bill's on.
It's like a goldfish.
It just can't die. Like,
oh, my God.
You can do whatever you want. It may be a little fucked up in the future, but it just can't physically die. That's it. Until it's like 1, and then it starts like thinking shit, and then it's like 3, it starts making memories. You gotta hit the brakes real quick on what you're doing.
Have you seen 50 First Dates with Adam Sandler?
Yes.
I recently watched that for the first time like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah. And
there's a bit like in the movie, because like she obviously forgets everything after. I can pack it again after.
It's Dunzo.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I shouldn't. That edible's definitely kicking.
But anyways, so he like goes to that mental institution to like learn more about it, and they have this guy, and his name's 15 Seconds Jim or whatever.
Oh yeah.
And he like allegedly like forgets everything every 15 seconds and just like hits the he's real. That's a real person, and they literally just like drug him there and had him do the TV show because he wouldn't know.
You mean the movie?
Or the movie? Yeah, that's a real person. How funny is that? It's bad. It's so bad, but it's true.
That's a real guy. Look that shit up.
I'm like 90% sure. Yeah, like 15 second whatever from 50 First Dates.
15 second guy from 50 First Dates. Yeah, 15, not 25. Got? That says got.
Yo, you gotta cut me some slack here.
Is it really this good? Tom.
10 second Tom, yeah.
10 second Tom. Hold on. I don't want to watch it. Yeah, we can't watch this.
No, I can't see it.
Oh,
yeah, but we can't have like the audio up either, because if we do, it'll copyright shit. Yeah. You're gonna watch it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I looked it up afterwards.
He's real. No, look up if he's real. I don't want to watch the video.
Oh, I got you. What is it? 10 second Tom.
10 second Tom from 50 First Dates. They call me 10 second T-Russ. But that's not because I forget everything every 10 seconds. It's a different reason.
Alan Covert is 10 second Tom. So it's like someone's doing the acting. But
oh, really?
Are you trying to figure out if it's a real person?
Yes.
I thought it was a real person.
Look up if it's a real person.
Is there a 10 second Tom? Remember 10 second Tom? The character was an
amnesiac.
Yeah, look.
That is so crazy.
Isn't that crazy? An amnesiac who would keep his events in short memory.
But he just wouldn't know where he was, so you could bring him anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my god. So speaking of that movie,
He just can't die either, dude. And he just don't have to be rude all day. He's probably super nice. Hi, I'm Tom.
hi, I'm Tom.
That would.
Hi,
Oh
I'm
God, dude.
Oh,
if
dude, that'd be brutal.
if he did that to me every day, I'd be. Oh,
Dude, I gotta like just. I mean.
Yeah, this is it right here. This guy.
I didn't fucking. That's the guy from Ghostbusters. What's his fucking name?
I don't think it's the guy from Ghostbusters.
No. The doctor is the guy from Ghostbusters.
Oh, I do not know.
Oh. Oh fuck! How do you not know him? Have you never seen Ghostbusters?
No, I've seen Ghostbusters.
I'm gonna say, how old are you?
Seen Ghostbusters, the feminists are rising or whatever. What's that Vine?
I couldn't watch it, bro. I couldn't watch that movie.
What? Oh man, that's an old one. But it's like, what? An all-female Ghostbusters? I'm an adult virgin. You know what I'm talking about to the beat? The feminists are taking over.
No, I
I'm
don't
an
exactly
adult
what you're
virgin.
talking- That's fucking.
Dude, between that one and the two guys chilling in a hot tub, one kill me every time. Two bros, two bros chilling in the hot tub,
5 feet apart because they're not gay.
classic. Oh man,
Dude, think about. I just wanted to bring this up because mainly that edible's putting me on a different place right now. But think about like how we're growing up as like fucking children. Like think about how children are growing up right now. Like think about how much different it was for you when you were like a really little kid and there was no internet. Like think about that.
Yeah. No, I remember like growing up, and we didn't. I remember when we got a computer for the first time.
Yeah.
You know, like
That's crazy to me.
One of my dad's old cars has a car phone in it. Mm-hmm. You know, like that was recent. I have a ton of cassettes because one of my trucks only has a cassette player.
Yep.
You know, and that's just what I listened to. So I started collecting cassettes. You know, it's very close, but for the next generation, like I bet you half the kids today can't even tell me what a CD is. You know?
Dude, that's so true.
Yeah.
But at the same
It
time,
happens
like
so fast.
but at the same time, I was talking about like imagine us growing up with like
Oh, now?
the internet.
I would have, dude.
Like, no, just as the internet as like a specific example. Like we grew up with constantly having like all the knowledge we've ever wanted out there.
Yeah.
So we set such a high bar of stimulus. We can literally tell people about our lives without actually talking to them. And you just post it somewhere and it's just
dude.
up there and people can look at it, people can like it, people can tell you what they think about it on it. You used to only be able to do that in fucking person.
Yeah. I know, it's crazy.
You had to go to someone's house. You had to go physically and smell their face. Like you had to go there and smell them. And most people don't want to go places because they don't want to do shit like that. Or maybe that's just me. I don't know.
Dude, it means a lot more to like go hang out with someone
Yeah.
now. I feel
Oh,
like.
yeah.
I hate talking on, like, meeting someone over the phone, like using Tinder or whatever. I can't do it.
Oh,
you know,
God.
like I need to speak to someone in person to like
It's annoying.
actually, because you can't tell anything about a person from a text. Mm-hmm. You know, you need that because it's a conversation in person is so much more than just two people talking. You know, it's all the body language and all the gestures and everything like that.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know, and it's impossible through a text.
The tone of your
The tone,
voice.
yeah, everything.
Tone of your voice, like the fucking the rapidness of the conversation. Where like when you're in person and you're talking to somebody like in real fucking time, you can keep a conversation going because you're on the topic at that time. You're thinking about it.
Yep.
Where like if you're texting or like you're texting someone or you're emailing them, like that's just different. Like that's, you know, you're not in the moment, right? That's not a conversation. You can't have long conversations over text. Well, you can, but it's kind of shitty.
Tedious, dude.
It is tedious.
It's a lot.
It sucks. So like being in person is so much more valuable, I feel like, today.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you gonna say, Dan?
Oh, you're good. Like being in person is like 100%. You get everything, all the body language, all the mannerisms, everything in real time too.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
when you're on like FaceTime, it's like laggy and like you
Yeah.
might get cut off and you can't really get their whole body language and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's way different. And then like telephone is even worse because it's only voice.
Yep.
And then text message is even worse because it's only text. And then
Yeah.
you really can't even convey your emotions in that moment. The emphasis on certain words. And so I always find myself going to text and like having to rewrite stuff because it's like oh, I don't want them to interpret that
Exactly.
wrong.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're like,
Yeah.
if I was reading this, how would I interpret it? I feel like that's how most people are.
Yeah, it's
Except
weird,
me,
man.
I'm just a psychopath. I'm like, whatever,
let it
however they
go.
feel about
Yeah.
it, that's them. They can
Let it
call me
loose,
about
man.
it. They can call me about it later if it's a problem.
Low blood pressure, that's what that gives you. No stress.
Like, oh God, I honestly hate texting, especially like trying to text somebody like you're trying to date, right?
Yeah, no, it's horrible.
Like, that's why a bar is so successful, and then like Tinder is just kind of shitty.
Yeah,
Because like you gotta meet the bitch.
you ever
Gotta see you.
You ever match with someone on Tinder and you just like you know that if you had the chance to have a conversation with them, like you could probably like have a really good conversation and get to know them and see where things go
All the time.
even as a relationship.
All the
There's
time.
a chick that I matched with recently that like one just from her bio and her pics and everything, it's like this is a girl that I would go out of my way to talk to in person and and try to convince to like have a coffee with me just to get to know her.
Yeah, okay.
Right, just because she appears to be a very interesting person. But on Tinder, it's impossible. What do I do? Super like her? Like send her something clever in a message and then it's like a 10% chance that she responds, statistically.
Yeah, statistically it's very low.
It's bad. Well, you think about the process between like you swiping right on someone and the odds that
they're actually going to come over and put their mouth on your penis.
Yeah, anything like that.
Like
so slim. I've had Tinder for like 3 years. And
think about the amount of energy it requires.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Dude, you know how easy it is to fucking just look at your phone and go, "Mah," and then like something pops up in front of you and you go, do. The same fucking thing you type every time. And then you just send it. And then that person does the same goddamn thing back. That's way easier than getting in your car, driving to some creepy dude's house and opening your mouth so he can put his penis in it.
Yeah.
That's the weirdest, like that's so much more energy involved. So there's way less chance that someone's actually going to go out of their way to do that. You know what I mean? So like I have,
dude, right now is the craziest time to be alive for so many different reasons.
Over 1,000 matches in my Tinder history.
I don't even know.
And only 3 women have ever put their penises on my mouth.
Close.
From Tinder.
Only 3 women have
From
put
Tinder.
their penises on your mouth. Close.
Their mouths on my penis.
Sure.
Only 3. Only there, and I'm shocked.
Damn, dude.
Thousands. That's like 0.03%. If somebody handed you a fucking like a joint and like you're like, what is this? And they're like, well, if you smoke it, there's a 0.3% chance it'll get you high. Would you do it?
Fuck no.
Exactly. I'd be like, what the fuck? Are you trying to kill me? Like, why do we not think that about Tinder too? Like, there's a very good chance that the person on the other side of that phone wants to put a knife in your neck. There's a chance.
I mean, it's about as real as you actually hooking up with someone off Tinder, right?
No. Think about all the people on Tinder that are at the bars, right? You meet someone at the bar.
Well, no, but I'm saying like
Tinder.
strictly on Tinder. Like for me, statistically, it's probably more likely that I'll get killed by a serial killer that I meet on Tinder than I would like hook up with a girl that I match with on Tinder, because I've had Tinder since I was 17. I'm 21 now, and I've never even met a girl that I've matched with on Tinder in person. And that's 100% on me. Like there's certainly situations where I probably could have, but I just don't care.
The time
at the end of the day, I just don't give a shit.
Dude, the time that we are in is the craziest fucking time to be alive.
Yeah.
It is so absurd. Like the shit that's going on right now is like some new world order shit. That is not going to be fucking fun to deal with.
I remember thinking...
That's our problem.
Yeah.
You understand that these old fucks, like what Biden, Kamala Harris, like Trump, all these problems that they're causing, we have to fucking fix. Like, that's our issue.
It always is, man.
They're going to make as much money.
Eternity.
They're going to make as much money as possible. Then they're going to fucking die. And that's going to be it. And then we have to undo every fucking little thing that they did wrong. Yeah. Right? Once we find out, like, a better way to do shit. I'm not saying, like, what if they are doing shit right? I don't know. I'm not smart enough to know that. I don't know what could be better or what is worse. But just on the whole, like, I feel like they're probably fucking a lot of things up.
Well, that's like the curse of humanity, is that's all anyone's ever done.
Just fuck shit up.
Like,
that's true.
Depending on I'm not super religious myself, but depending on how your head lies, or whatever. You could fundamentally believe that all of humanity was based on trying to unfuck up a fuck up, with Adam or Eve or whoever it was eating that apple. Everything following that is them trying to undo what they did and recreate what they have,
That's a good point.
So that's the curse of humanity right there.
That's all
we ever do.
That is the big curse of humanity. We just fuck shit up.
Yeah.
Goddamn Eve.
Humans are horrible.
God, yeah, we are. We are fucking chimps with brains the size of fucking planets.
Yeah.
No wonder we're going nuts, dude. Our instinct is to not only just like kill everything in front of us, but also fuck everything in front of us. And then we're just socially smart enough to know, hey, that's probably not okay. You shouldn't be whipping your dick out at this like book club. So it's, oh my God, the fact that that's why we do have so many problems. That's why like people are just shitty.
Well, you think about it, humans are the only animal on Earth that haven't figured out how to like effectively communicate. Because there's always problems with humans between two groups of humans, religion, race,
fighting,
beliefs, whatever.
Yeah, absolutely.
Every other species
Conflict.
Every other species can resolve a conflict, right?
Really?
Humans can't.
Really?
Think about it, the food chain. There's always an alpha male or whatever. There's always a leader. Everyone knows their place in the world, and
I feel like that's
they
just a
exist.
set of rules. That's what we already have. Like alpha male, that's.
Well, yeah, but then why do humans continue to fight with each other?
Yeah, but like a pack of wolves, like a big pack of wolves, probably not gonna if they come across another pack of wolves, probably gonna fight them.
Yeah,
because they don't like them.
And whoever's the strongest is gonna win and continue on, right?
Yeah, but they're not gonna merge.
Yeah, no, I know.
Unless enough of them die.
Yeah, that's like they understand. Like,
but that's still a conflict between two groups. That's what we're having, right?
I don't know, man.
When you said it, the way you said it, it made me think that like America having conflicts with China, like that's what I first thought.
No, I'm saying
effectively communicate. What do you mean exactly by that?
Like communicate to resolve their issues without resorting to violence, I guess, if that makes sense, or even with resorting to violence and then moving past that. You think about like Christianity and Islam, or Hindu or whatever, Judaism. They're fundamentally the same.
Yeah.
Really,
they're
the
very
Book of Torah
similar.
is the first half of the Bible, or the Torah is the first half of the Bible, and
yeah,
and they're all linked, but they've been fighting forever since time began.
Yeah.
And they just can't figure it out, and that's what I'm saying. So do you think comparably, do you think there's like a pack of wolves somewhere that will always fight another pack of wolves, or do you think they would fight once and then move on from that and either merge or separate and stay away from each other and not have another conflict?
Yeah, that's
what I mean.
Stay away from each other.
We've had an infinite game going, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Every other species doesn't have an infinite game. It's just one fight done.
Yeah.
We have an infinite game going. That lasts generations.
We hold grudges where like other species kind of don't.
Yeah.
Right? Because think about even like the animal kingdom. Like animals die all the time. The lion gets a thorn in its paw. People don't just get the tweezers out and pull out the fucking thorn. The other lions, they fuck off and they just keep going. They're like, fuck him.
Absolutely.
He can't catch a gazelle. He's not worth it. We don't need him.
Yeah.
So the fact that we don't have that anymore, the fact that everybody can just kind of even the shittiest of people can still be alive in prisons and shit like that. It just, oh my God, I forgot where I was going with this.
No, it's crazy. It's
way too.
Yeah.
No, that's what I mean. That's why we can't that's why we can't effectively communicate, right? Because we hold grudges.
Yeah.
We think I'm gonna get back at you someday because you made me feel this way.
Yeah, it's a fatal flaw.
Yeah. It's just
humanity, man.
Humans are fucking shitty. Humans are really shitty.
Yep.
But I mean, what can you do, man? Look at all the shit that people are great too, though. If you really think about it, there are some fantastic fucking people
Humans
I've met.
Are perfectly capable of being compassionate and
I've met in my entire life. There's some of the most fantastic people, some of my friends' parents. I met you, dude. You're a great person.
Thank you.
You're not constantly causing a conflict with me. That's one thing that we tend to miss out, not see, right? Mm-hmm. We tend to look at all of these, we say we're conflicting humans. We love conflict. We love to be arguing with each other all the time. We love to be in fights. But at the same time, it's I love the people around me and I haven't fought any single one of them.
Yeah.
I am completely, people forget about compassion. It's like the same shit that you see in the news. You only see the bad stuff. You only feel the bad stuff. You only think about the bad stuff because it's the bad stuff. You don't want it to happen. That's why you're afraid of it.
Well, and the thing is with any group mentality or herd mentality, whatever it is, that's fine. It's made out of aluminum.
Hell yeah.
All it takes, if you have a whole community of really compassionate people, and then all it takes is, one bad apple to ruin the whole bunch. Because people can get caught up in negativity so fast.
We thrive on it.
Yeah. Well,
that's what social media is.
Yeah. Well, 100%.
Shitload of negativity.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I have to go out of my way to see positivity on the internet. I don't have to go out of my way to see negativity. All I do is I hop on Twitter, and then I go look at one of
go on Reddit.
The Kent State gun girls, fucking one of her posts, and I just see the most awful shit being said to us.
Death threats and
another person publicly. Your employer could look up your name and see this tweet under hers. See this reply because it's fucking public to everybody. That's absurd. But people still do it. And I don't have to go out of my way to see that. That shit just shows up on my phone.
Yeah. No, it's...
So, and honestly, a lot of people think that someone is doing this purposely. Someone's trying to get us as outraged as possible.
I think as humans, just intrinsically, this was going to happen at some point.
Yeah, it's definitely humans, trying to do it now. But, the reason why it's happening is because people view that shit. Mm-hmm. That's all it is. We have artificial intelligence, looking at every single video because we can't hire enough people to do it.
Yeah.
On YouTube, every minute 500 hours of content has been uploaded to YouTube. Every minute. Do you know that? No one can look through all that shit. That's too much shit. No one can look through that and be like, that's kiddie porn. We can't have that.
Yeah.
That's bad. We can't have that at all. So no one can actually go through that, so we invented AIs to do it for us. And they have a certain set of guidelines that they have to stick to. And what they're doing is they're just removing the shit that is within the guidelines.
Yep.
And sometimes something that doesn't necessarily break the guidelines to the bot breaks the guidelines. And shit's pulled off the internet.
Yeah.
So it's... Man.
Can we talk about something that's I've been thinking about a lot recently?
Yeah.
It's just so bizarre. OnlyFans. Dude, that is the craziest thing in the world because that Disney, well, it isn't. It's perfect. That's what it is. But when that Disney star, what
Bella Thorne.
Yeah. she directed a porno or whatever, and then she made an OnlyFans, and she made $2 million in a day.
But she didn't even do anything
on OnlyFans, and then 2 days later, she breaks OnlyFans. The site crashes. And then 2 days later, she comes out on Twitter and says that she's not even going to post nude pictures of herself. It's just going to be a private, exclusive Instagram. That's genius. What level of civilization have we reached to where someone can do that?
That is
so
genius.
Crazy.
But no, it's not crazy. I think it's not that crazy, man.
Well, just that we have the capability to do that, though.
Think about perverts, first of all, who have porn star fans.
Oh yeah,
they're fans of porn stars. They go out of their way. They pay money to see them. They go out of their way to meet them.
Yeah,
they're gonna do that with a normal girl who just basically posts on Instagram, but this one's a little bit more lewd, and you have to pay money to see it.
Yeah,
people fall in love with.
But 100,000 people though.
Oh yeah,
that's so crazy. That's the volume of it is just nuts.
That's a lot of people. It's on the internet. That's
most
of the world.
More
is there.
That's Hibbing and Duluth combined.
100,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's whack. 100,000 people.
Do either of you know people on do either of you know someone who has an OnlyFans?
I do.
I know. Yeah.
I do too.
I know a guy and a girl.
A guy?
Yeah.
Why a guy?
This guy
is he just shredded? Is he sexy?
The scuzziest, worst person you can think of, lowest tier of garbage human being.
Are you gonna? Well, now he knows you're talking about him. He's probably
good. He's in jail right now, so I hope he can't hear me.
Oh.
Yeah. This guy brutal, but yeah. So, all right. So
let's hear about it.
Yeah,
I want to hear about Mr. Anonymous.
So my best friend goes to school at UMD, and so he's got a couple buddies there. Whatever. He's my age, so he's in his junior year, and so last year he had a house with 4 other guys. And one of their buddies had so their buddy, both these guys went to Duluth Marshall, because you probably know the significance of that. It's like the prep school.
Oh,
in Duluth.
yeah.
Like super expensive, like $20,000 a year prep school.
Yeah, it's
for high school. Yeah,
honestly ridiculous. The
But
shittiest football team.
he said he
Slap them every year. Then they finally cut it.
Yep. But anyways, so he had a buddy that went to Gustavus in Northfield or whatever, wherever it is, and he was transferring back to Duluth to finish his biology degree. He had like 1 semester left, and he needed a place to stay. Okay. And so my buddy was like, or my best friend was like, yeah, we can house him for like a week or two. He can sleep on the couch, whatever. And so this guy, I met him like right away. I was there when he came. Seems pretty nice guy, pretty cool. Drinks, whatever, smokes, is whatever. He's just seems like regular nice guy that just is in a shitty situation. Mm-hmm. And so 2 weeks go by, he's still living there. One of my buddy's roommates had pretty much been living with his girlfriend, so he started subletting his room in the house to the guy who transferred from St. Olaf, who's the guy who's just a piece of garbage. Okay. And so like school year continues. Now it's like January, and like this guy's just turning into a raging douchebag in the house. Like,
what do you mean?
He's stealing people's clothes. He's eating people's food. He's drinking people's booze, stealing money, like just living in their house.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And just complete dirtbag, complete alcoholic, like borrows people's cars, never, without asking.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, if he borrowed my car, dude.
Oh, that's what my entire time to my best friend. And one of his roommates is like shredded. Like he's one of those guys that's just like strong. Like he doesn't look big. Like he just seems like a husky guy. Yeah. But he can bench like 310. Like and he's like my size. Just one of those like old timey strong people.
Oh,
it's like, dude, beat the shit out of him and kick him out of your house. Like he's not paying rent. Yeah. Joe doesn't even pay rent, who he's renting the room from at the time. Okay. And so whatever, they're like, oh, yeah, he's a friend of a friend, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so like continues, and the one thing about him is he always has a girl there, no matter what. So he, in the span, and I was there.
So this is the guy who's like, he can bench like 310.
No. This is the guy who's just a scumbag.
Oh, okay.
The guy that benches 310.
I told to kick him out of the house because he was just being a jackass and whatever. Yeah. And so he always has a chick over. Like every time that I was there, he had a different chick over. Always super awkward. Like never good vibes. Just kind of weird, but I'm always like, whatever. That's their shit. And
that's
so
funny as,
he starts like drinking all the time, like wake up, drink, like take a nap.
So he's not doing anything.
No,
he's not going out.
He works midnights as like a PCA or something for some place in Duluth. I don't even know.
No shit.
But and so all this time, everyone
he has a job.
Kind of. But he works like 20 hours a week.
Oh, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
And so it just getting worse and worse. And, like, he's just constantly a douche to everyone. And so finally, and so he drives drunk all the time. Yeah. And so finally, it got to a point, and
good story, sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're like, you just need to leave, man. Yeah. And like, his friend that my buddy knew or whatever that invited him to stay there, he's like, dude, you gotta go. Like, you're like, it's just too much. You need to get out of the house. And that was right when quarantine happened, or like halfway through quarantine this year.
Oh, damn.
And so he moved out and started just like couch surfing, I guess. And so since then, he got arrested for a Dewey. Or he had like a brake light out and he was drunk. And so he got a Dewey. Yeah. Then he skipped bail, got out of town, and got arrested again at Superior for punching a cop. And so now he's in jail.
Holy shit.
And like possession and petty theft or something. I can't remember what it was. But
damn.
And then this thread starts on Twitter of this girl that he had messaged. And so like I said, he always had a chick over. Okay. No matter when it was, there was some girl with him. Yeah. And so there's this Twitter thread, and I can try to find it here in a little bit. And it's this girl who has messages and pictures that he sent her. So he just added her on Snapchat out of nowhere, doesn't know him. And he's saying, like, it's like a picture of him in a weight room with his shirt off, like flexing. And he's saying like he makes $102,000 a year. He speaks 4 languages. Like he's like this top tier guy that like is super successful and does all this shit. And then like chicks will be like, get the fuck out of here because you're a jackass. Like I want nothing to do with you whatsoever. He just like start calling them whores and like start freaking out.
So there was like a lot of them?
Yeah, a lot of them. Dude, I'll pull up the Twitter thread. It had like 500 fucking comments, like subtweets.
Of like people.
And like 10,000 retweets. Of people about him. Talking about times that he like made them feel uncomfortable, like sexually assaulted them. It was, now he's in jail. So now they're all pressing charges against him. It was crazy. I'll find the Twitter thread.
Dude,
it was nuts.
That is nuts.
That makes me sick, bro.
That is so crazy.
I hope he turns it around, bro.
I don't
even know if it's possible at this point. But
that's fucking terrible. That's the thing about you, Dan. You don't even know the guy, and you already wish him the best. You're like, I hope he fixes himself. I mean, I'm like, he sounds like a piece of shit.
You got to kind of pay for that, but like, if you can turn it around, I think everyone's can turn stuff around.
I just think he
has to turn a lot around.
Yeah,
for sure.
Exactly.
No, it's all good.
Yeah, he sounds like one of the biggest dirtbags I've ever heard about.
Yeah, dude, brutal.
But that guy has an OnlyFans.
Yeah, yes, that's how this started. Oh my god. So the best part about all this, I completely forgot because that story is just so outrageous. Oh my god.
Dude,
so
I guarantee everybody listening was like, shit, I forgot about that too.
And okay, so all this time, like all spring, he just has money and no one knows where it's from. Yeah. He's not paying anyone back, he's not paying rent or utilities. He just always has money for booze, nicotine, and weed. And food, not even food, because he stole everyone's food.
The essentials.
And so, come to find out, he has an OnlyFans, and he makes like $500 a month on OnlyFans, sending gay dudes pictures of him like jerking off and stuff, right? And so, right before he moved out, and actually one of the it was right when he moved out.
Fuck, is that the move, boys?
This guy in Washington messages him and is like, I will fly you to Washington, pay off all of your student loans, and pay you $5,000 cash to suck your dick.
Real question is, fellas.
And then no one ever saw him again, so that we don't know if he did it or not. But now he's in jail, so.
The question is, fellas.
Is we
gay? Is we gay? We gonna do it? I'd be like,
would you do
my whole student debt, huh? Like, that's like 50 G's, buddy. Like, you sure? Just to suck my dick?
He was like some doctor in Seattle. But yeah, unreal, dude.
Gay people are pervs too, man. It's not just these old fat dudes just trying to fuck women. There's old fat dudes that are gay too.
Yeah.
They're paying women like thousands of dollars because they make so much money. Like, there's those gay guys out there too. And gay guys like their shit. They like to fuck. They like to be gay. And it's fucking, I could never be happier for him, dude. Think about it. Like, good for you. I couldn't suck a dick. You kidding me? I couldn't enjoy it either.
Would you do it?
Would I do it for that?
To pay off all your student loans, $5,000
cash,
and he flies you out. Would you do it?
Probably, yeah. I'd probably do it.
Like,
it's a tough one, dude, for sure.
It is.
I'd be like, you'd have
to. That's
like
you sit down with like a glass of whiskey and you like take a tab of acid or something and you figure it out if you're gonna do it or not. Do it or not. You gotta think about it. Yeah.
You gotta figure it out. You gotta have an experience, have an epiphany, figure that out whether it's a yes or no.
That's the Twitter thread.
The men who speak 4 languages.
But I'm sorry, but $500 a month.
Whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was something.
But he does make quite a bit of money.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, for doing nothing.
He looks like.
Dude, he's the thumb.
Is he like actually good looking though?
Yeah, he's shredded.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. He shaved his head. He had like a crazy trip or something and shaved his head when he was tripping. And so like
mud rack.
Yeah, dude. People call them muddy.
Not gonna lie, if my girlfriend was okay with it, I would totally do an OnlyFans. just so I can make a little extra chunk of change.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Dude, you can do DoorDash like much easier.
No, Dan.
Oh, dang, he's kind of jacked on that.
Dan,
read some of the shit that he.
Dan,
sent
listen to me.
chicks.
Listen to me and listen to me carefully. You have to do an OnlyFans. You're a perfect candidate. If it was just you jerking off on an OnlyFans, you'd make so much fucking money. Dude, you're like 6'6", 6'5". You're tall as fuck, okay? And you're sexy. You're shredded. You got like that hair to you and you got abs and your dick is huge. It's huge, brother. I'm telling you.
Dude, it's up to my girlfriend, but I don't even know if I want to sell myself like that. Like I'd
wouldn't
have to think
though.
about it
You
because
wouldn't have to.
because
Who's
people
gonna
can
find
just
it?
screenshot that, you know? Like
Yeah.
and I'm not sure if I want that.
Is it worth it? Oh my god! So
Don't put your face in.
I have another story.
No face guy.
That's a good
No
point.
face guy.
That's a good point.
There's no face girl on Pornhub. You're no face guy.
That's a good point.
That's really good. Are we doing that?
Flawless
You
plan.
Do
It's
it.
a perfect crime.
I have to make some calls.
Do it.
No, so I've got another story about that. So this is someone who will go unnamed, but
It's a female.
I'm not gonna say anything. It could be anyone. Well, it's a guy, but
It could be anyone.
so this guy who I've known for a while has been dating this girl for like 3 years, and they're like one of those couples where they like always fight and they're like breaking up and getting back together.
Those
and,
are the funniest
dude,
couples. Dude.
super unhealthy, not good across the board.
Love them.
Horrible. Anyways, horrible.
Horrible.
Anyways, so last winter, I think, everyone comes to find out that he had been messaging this girl on Facebook Messenger who just like added him out of nowhere. And, things got heated and like pictures were exchanged between the two of them. Okay. And she screen recorded or whatever a picture of him doing something extremely embarrassing, I'm sure. And she said,
You don't know what it is?
no, I do not. And she goes back and says, unless you pay me $500 or whatever the dollar amount was, which was outrageous because he's dead broke.
Yeah.
I'm going to just post this all over your social media. You have 24 hours. Yeah.
My ass would take out a loan. I'd be like, fuck it. I'm fucking on my credit score for that. I would rather have a bad credit score than have that in my fucking life.
So the question is, do you tell anyone that it happened?
I would probably tell it as a joke. I'd be like, and I fucking did. Like, that would be the end of the joke. I'd be like, she wanted me to send her like $400. And I fucking did it. Because I need this sheet upkeep.
Immediately called his parents, told them everything, and they sent him the money.
She immediately called it.
He.
Oh.
The guy that got catfished.
I mean, yeah. I feel like my dad would understand.
I'd take that to the fucking grave, dude. How funny is that Twitter thread?
This is crazy.
It's unreal. It makes me sick, actually, but...
Yeah, that's really fucked up. He's like, hey, come hang out with me. And then they do. And then he's like, if you don't fucking fuck me or hang out with me, I'm going to hurt you.
Dude, that's crazy.
That's ridiculous. Does that happen? Like,
I know it does happen.
Yeah, I know a lot of, like, really nice guys that wouldn't do shit like that, right? And I, myself, am a nice guy that wouldn't do shit like that. Is that like, a thing that happens often? Is where, like, a girl comes over to your place and a guy's just a total dick to her and just makes her do shit to him?
I think it's more common than you'd think.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I thought it was relatively rare.
It's pretty fucked up.
Damn.
So
I'm just like a gentle
first date to make the girl feel more comfortable, especially because I'm a big guy.
Yeah, dude.
You always do what?
Go in public
Oh,
on the
yeah.
first date,
Yeah.
so that way
Every
they feel
time.
more comfortable.
Yeah, no. It's crazy, dude.
I went on a hike one time with a girl from Tinder, and she said she was 22. She wasn't.
Is she much older?
She was 34.
Yeah.
Did you make it happen?
Did you seal the deal?
I just thought I was going to get murdered when I first met her. She was like wearing like a black dark hoodie. She could have been hiding anything on there. She looked like she needed to like stab and run. That's what she looked like. She was just going to get me, dude. And I was like, damn it. Like, I really got to be that guy.
Yeah,
that
I'm
was
that
just
guy
stabbed
now.
by a random bitch on Tinder. Like, I got to be the one.
So my mom's from Wales, the UK, and so I have a ton of family over there. And my cousin, who's a couple years older than me, was telling me one time when he was, 20, 21. He's 4 years older than I am, so he's 25 or 26 now. Mm-hmm. But he's like, yeah, me and my buddy or me and my mate were, down at the pub or the club or whatever, and we like get with these two girls, and they're walking us home. They both live together, whatever. They're like sick. He's in the military, so he just travels all over the place and has sex with chicks. Gets drunk. The
Is that the life?
Yeah, no, it isn't.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure. I've seen his life.
Okay.
Makes me sad, but anyways, and they like walk up into this apartment, and then like the girls open the door, and they walk in first, and they close the door and lock it behind them, and they said they turned around, and there's just like 6 huge dudes that just beat the fuck out of them and took all their money and threw them onto the curb.
Just literally beat the fuck out of him.
Yeah, dude.
If I was
he showed me a picture of his face, and it was, like in Rambo when he's got that huge fucking ball of blood on his eye. That's what he looked like. Like, couldn't see out of his left eye, bloody, like fucking split lip, nose was bloody. It was brutal, dude.
Dude, I feel like I would be the worst, like, I don't know. I'd be like the worst criminal over there. Like, if I did that to Americans, I'd be like, just give me your shit, get out. I wouldn't even, like, wear a mask. I'd be like, that's offensive. They got to see who's robbing them.
Yeah.
They deserve to know this. They're not going to do anything.
Like, I could not imagine.
Dude, we were in Europe in Italy. Mm-hmm. We were walking back to the hotel from a pizza place that we went to. This guy just rolled up and he's like, "Hey, it's my birthday. It's my birthday." And I just looked at him and I was like, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah.
And he was like, "Whoa, what?" He's like, "What's the problem?" And I was like, "Get the fuck out of here. You're not taking my wallet." Like, I got in his face. I was like, "You're a street vendor. I know you are." I was like, "I saw you talking to those other people earlier, trying to give you fucking money. Get out of here." I mean, just like, he got like really fucking freaked out, dude. And he's like,
"Dude, they're funny." Yeah.
No, dude, but he wouldn't leave. And I like wanted him so bad to just turn and start taking off. And I unleashed my day on him, dude.
I've got this thing where I listen too much sometimes when people are talking, and normally that's fine because it can lead to like very interesting conversations. Mm-hmm. Other times I'll be talking to, say, a bum on the fucking side of the Highway 169 in front of my house last year who was smoking crack and drinking whiskey out of a paper bag on my driveway, and I went out because he was laying face down in my driveway. So I lived just past Zorba's last year, and when I went to Itasca, the gas station by Zorba's.
Yeah.
I lived just before that.
Is that a bad part of town?
No, I'm just letting you know where I live, like giving you some context.
I just don't know.
So, like 3 miles away from town,
yeah,
right next to the lake, whatever.
Yeah.
This fucking guy wearing like a raggedy Carhartt jacket is laying face down in our driveway. And I'm like working on my snowmobile with my cousin, driving it around, and all of a sudden I come around the corner and he's just there. And I'm like, what the fuck?
You almost just hit him?
Yeah, and so I get off and he like gets up and he starts just speaking fucking gibberish. And my cousin immediately just leaves me with him. And he sits there and I'm stuck there talking to him. I looked at my cousin and I was like, call the cops. Like, this guy is fucked up. I don't want to be here. And he's like, we're sitting there talking for like 35 minutes. And I just can't, like, he's like, dude, I need to get to Brainerd. Like, drive me to Brainerd. I'm going to walk to Brainerd. I was like, you're going to walk 110 miles? Like, get the fuck out of here. I was like, you can't even walk to the liquor store, because he wanted me to give him a ride to the liquor store, which was the next driveway down in the gas station. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I don't have a car. I'm 15. Like, when I was 20, like, I was like, okay. I can't drive. Yeah. My mom's not home, because we had like 6 cars in our driveway because there were 6 of us living there and 2 snowmobiles. And I was like, I can't give you a ride on anything, man. I'm sorry. But yeah, no. Fuck. And so he eventually fucks off, and I go in there, and my cousin and 2 of my roommates from last year are sitting there, and I was like, what the fuck, guys? Why don't you call the sheriff's department and get this guy off the highway before he, like, stumbles into traffic and just gets deleted by a semi,
Deleted by a semi. From the Matrix.
Yeah. They're like, oh, we just didn't want to call him when you were out there. I was like, fuck it. Come on, guys. Oh, yeah, dude. God. Dude, it happened in Minneapolis. It happened to me. It happened to me in Berlin. Dude. It happened to me here recently, out once again in front of my house with a fucking crackhead that lives next to me.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I haven't lived in a house yet in like
Yeah.
a really bad area.
Well, I mean, we're not even in. We're in a pretty bad area.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I was.
It's like very much low income housing.
Yeah, I was
stuff.
talking to people and I was like, this is kind of like this area ain't that bad, and they're like, this area is really bad. Like,
Yeah.
really really bad.
No,
Dude,
for
did you
sure.
see the fraternity? Did you see the ATO fraternity?
Dude, they're spending like $2.5 million renovating it.
Oh, that's what they're doing. They're
Yeah.
renovating it.
Yeah, I thought it had been like fucking condemned or something.
That's what I thought too. I was
Because all
like,
the windows are boarded up.
oh my god. Yeah, I was just like, oh, what happened? Maybe. You know what I would do if they were renovating a place, like, and they were coming in and tearing all the shit out and like putting new shit in? I would just throw a wicked ass party.
Oh, with nothing in there.
No, just like a wicked ass party with like a bunch of people, and then like if
Let's
there's
just break in. Let's do it.
just a wicked, just a raging party.
Dude, there's a guy who has it's like a 2000 Ford F-250 Power Stroke. It's a 7.3 Power Stroke diesel with hood stacks or bed stacks right behind his rear window, and he'll sit in their parking lot, the Frats parking lot right in front of our house, and idle in his truck all day
That's probably a construction worker.
for
dude.
8 hours.
That's probably the guy that's doing all the work. I guarantee you.
It
they
isn't
do
though.
shit like
It's a
that.
kid. Like, I don't know.
Oh.
But people will just like pull up next to him.
Oh, he's a
and
drug dealer.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's someone who's in the frat and just sells there. Like, he probably used to sell out of the house, and now he just sits in his truck.
We're outing people on this page.
Dude, good. Dude,
Oh,
he's
yeah.
so fucking annoying. He'll sit there and just fucking rev his truck, and it's so goddamn loud. And because my bedroom is, like, on the street, and my window's always open,
Yeah.
so I can always fucking hear it, and he'll do, like, burnouts in our alleyway. Dude, fuck him. I was thinking about calling the cops on him last night, because there was, like, 3 of them all with diesel trucks just doing burnouts and revving the shit and, like, blowing smoke everywhere. I was like, dude, come on. Like, I'm trying to fucking sleep. You know, like,
I got shit to do in the morning.
I'm a productive member of society.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, that pisses me off. That's one thing Cloquet had too, and it was
big
just
time.
like it was just right out in the open. It was crazy. It was literally like the most visible part of town. You know, when people do that shit, they usually pull up behind like a building on like a non-busy road, so
Yeah.
you typically don't see them that often. The Cloquet is so different, dude. It's this big ass. You know where the McDonald's is?
Yep.
Cloquet and the Super One. They sit like over in the in between them, like directly where your eyes go when you look
Yep.
at that parking lot from the hill. So how are cops like not picking up on this, dude? There's people. They're just sitting there in trucks like all day, just running their cars, and they're walking over to McDonald's all fucked up and shit,
Yeah.
and like they just have these really nice trucks, and they just sit there and let them run all day.
Yep.
They just sit on their phone, and people come up, walk up to the window,
Yeah.
and they're like shopping because it's like displayed and shit. And like cops don't even notice, dude. It's just right out in the open.
Dude, that's what's so funny about, like, I notice you have a dare sticker here, and I understand that that's in humor, but it's so,
no, it says drugs are really expensive.
yeah, good. But
Fuck dare, dude.
it's so funny to think about that and, like, what you perceive to be the truth about controlled substances when you're, like, a little kid versus,
God.
like, and your introduction to them over time. And like looking back, because like I look back and when I like started consuming cannabis, and like me and my best friend would go out, walk 2 miles into the woods, hit a 1E made out of a rifle shell,
Yeah.
a 30-06 rifle shell twice, hose ourselves down with fucking cologne in the middle of the woods, 5 miles away from town, and then drive back.
5 miles?
Yeah, because we thought we didn't want anyone to catch us.
Damn, how young were you? Like 15?
16, I could drive.
Why?
That was right when I started
that
driving.
far?
Oh yeah.
That far? We never went that far.
Yeah.
We'd just be like, let's go behind the school.
Well, and that's what's funny because we did that with like little to no experience with smoking at all. Like we
okay.
both smoked like once, you know, or whatever.
But if you think about it, even before then,
Yeah,
like how fucking scary drugs are, or how scary we thought drugs were,
yeah.
from what we had been fucking told.
Well, no, and now it's like, you know, I'll fucking rip a dab pen in Target or whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, fuck it, I'll just rip it in turn.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and like
and like your
the tools to
sensitivity.
smoke,
Yeah.
your sensitivity to the weed.
Well, I was saying like to being high and like doing stuff or like getting high while you're doing stuff. You know, like when
That's a good point.
right
Stoners
when,
don't talk about that at all.
when we first. Oh yeah, dude.
They don't tell you
like my
how
journey.
difficult it was.
Yeah, dude, it's
to
hard.
get to
Like
that
learning
point.
how to roll joints, like that's hard. It's fucking tricky. You ever tried?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't roll a joint.
Yeah.
Can't roll a joint.
Yeah, dude, it's tricky. But no one ever tells you that. It's just like, this is a thing that is here, you know?
Yeah.
It's weird. I mean, that's how it is with life in general, but.
Yeah, it's just, oh, God, that's so very true. No,
Yeah.
my watch just went off. It's only,
I gotcha.
That's still, I mean, the night's not young necessarily because I've been
Yeah.
waking up at like 5 in the fucking morning, 5:30 in the morning and working out.
Yep.
So it's kind of been rough. But, yeah. No, I forgot what I was going to fucking say.
I've got a thermo quiz tomorrow.
Oh,
at 8
yeah, but
online.
Oh, shit, you have a thermo quiz? Oh,
Yeah.
that's not, those are easy.
No, dude, we're doing fluid stuff right now. Like,
Yeah,
I was
it's-
so disappointed.
It's really simple.
Yeah, it was like introduction or well, I took fluids with Crystal, you know.
Yeah, but you didn't take thermo? Oh, because you
No,
went to
'cause
Europe. I was in the same boat.
Yeah.
I was in the same fucking
Well,
boat.
I could have taken it because I went my freshman year,
Oh,
but I
that's
didn't
right.
want to do it with Jamie, and so I didn't.
Oh, yeah.
Because I had just gotten back from Denmark with her, and I was like, I don't want to. I'm good on this for a while.
I actually took fluids before I knew I was going to. No. I took fluids my second year.
Yep.
Or no. It was my,
You probably took dynamics your freshman year. That's what
no,
I
I
did.
didn't. I didn't take dynamics my freshman year, I don't think. Oh, no, I did. I took it with
Yeah.
Jamie. Yeah,
Yep.
that was terrible.
Yeah.
But I just didn't take thermo in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I never took thermo.
Yeah,
And I
see,
think that was
I-
because I went to Europe.
I would have had Chem 1 and Thermo the first block of my
Yeah.
sophomore year. But I was like, I don't want Thermo. Because I knew it was going to be important. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'll just take it at NDSU.
That's smart. That's really fucking smart. I didn't think about that.
I talked to like Tyler and Terrell and you brought to Dan, like all the guys in Europe, and my cousin Xavier, who graduated. He was the second year when you were at first year.
He's a football guy.
Yeah.
Oh, the long-haired dude?
Yeah, Goldilocks.
Yeah.
Yo, love that guy.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
super cool.
Yeah.
Are
he's
you
like,
related to Tyler?
Tyler? No, we're not. Isn't that weird?
I thought you guys were.
No.
That's like today I was like, hey, I'm having Lochlan on the podcast. And he's like, okay. He's like,
Yeah, we're not
cool.
related.
I was like,
There's like
tell
three.
your uncle or something to look it up. Like,
There's like 3 branches of Bairds in northern Minnesota, and we're not related to one another. I mean, not like within the last 3 generations, you know, as far as like we can easily recollect.
oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So like Tyler's great grandparents were in no relation to like my great grandparents. Like that's what we know.
Oh.
And so maybe
okay.
further past that, but like we haven't done the ancestry.com or whatever, you know, spit in
Yeah.
a tube and
I want to do that.
and someone owns your DNA. Dude, have you heard those conspiracies?
Those are, someone definitely, they do own your DNA.
They straight up own your DNA. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, you just sell it to
They
them,
could
and they're
clone
like,
you, yeah.
they're like, hey, guess what you are?
Dude, what would you do one day if the elevator opened up, you're like in New York or something, and the elevator opened up and it was just you looking back at like same exact person, like mirror image, like someone cloned
Fight or
you.
flight
Do you
response.
think we'd be the same because we have different experiences?
100%. But the other you is just a fucking robotic demon killer.
But
You
hold
know,
on,
like
hold on.
Terminator
Hold
style
on,
thing,
hold
like raised to like.
But that's to like understand how a brain functions, right? So if you clone someone's brain at that moment in time, and then you like,
Yeah, dude. I honestly have no
or
idea.
no,
how
not clone
memories
someone's
work.
brain, but you clone a person. Like, if you cloned a person, would they still have the same experiences?
No, I don't think. I mean, I have no idea.
Well, unless you
No,
like,
you'd have to
Unless you
essentially
like
grow
insert
it.
them.
Exa-
Yeah.
If you understood the brain exactly and you could clone everything down to the memories, yes. But I think it's more like cloning, like genetics. So it'd be like an offspring of
Yeah,
the person.
yeah, you'd have to grow it
So,
in
like,
some way, shape, or form.
They have their own unique experiences that make them a different
Different
person,
person.
but you're
Same
like
genetics.
physically identical.
Physically, yeah.
Yeah, genetically identical. But
The
your
only
other
way you
half
could actually-
was raised to be a killer, you know, like an assassin or something. And
That
he's
would
gonna
be-
replace you and like fuck up the corporate ladder.
Didn't Will Smith just do a movie about
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
No, but it's his younger self, I think. Gemini Man.
Yeah,
Oh,
his
yeah,
younger
Yeah, it's
self.
his
goes
younger
back
self.
and-
Looper with Bruce Willis and
That's crazy. That movie.
oh my God, Robin. What's his name?
Oh, yeah.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Joseph
Jesus.
Robin.
No. Is it?
Yeah,
Is it
he-
Joseph Gordon-Levitt?
Yeah,
in
yeah,
Looper?
yeah. You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
yeah.
Yeah, he plays in Dark Knight Rises.
Yep.
And he fucking
And Inception.
Yes, Inception was great.
And
Love Inception. Love that fucking
he
movie.
was in a movie Don John. You guys ever seen Don John?
Oh yeah, with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
and he's
rubbing
addicted to
up.
porn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Porn addict.
Yeah.
fucking
That's
hilarious.
a crazy movie. Premium Rush. He's in a lot of movies.
Yeah, he is. He's a good actor though.
Yeah, no.
People don't give him
For
a lot
sure.
of like flack because like if you think about like top rated actors now and actresses, they're doing like superhero movies.
Yeah.
They're doing like Marvel shit. You don't really need that good of a personality to do a superhero movie. Most of the movie, you're not acting. You're doing shit.
Yeah.
Like you're just in a position and they take pictures and then shit like that, or you actually do the motion. Like that's not full blown acting.
Dude, have you ever heard about how the guy who played, what's his name? Ian Stewart? Magneto?
Oh yeah.
Ian McKellen. Right? Yeah.
I love this.
No,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen, right?
Yeah,
Look it up. Hit the Google. Patrick Stewart is Professor X,
Yes.
and Ian McKellen is Magneto.
Yes.
Yep.
X-Men?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Anyways, because he's also Gandalf. That's where I'm going with this. But when he was on the set of The Hobbit, Ian McKellen. Sir Ian McKellen. Yep.
Sir.
Yeah, he's knighted.
Anyway.
He's a G. Anyways,
Actually,
yeah.
that's so dope.
Oh, he made the Lord of the Rings in the late 90s and early 2000s with that whole ensemble, originally. And they did all of it without VFX for the most part. A lot of it was practical. Like,
Really?
Yeah, so like for the sizing of the hobbits, they just stood farther away from the camera. Or they use that. They use weird scaling to make Gandalf seem a lot bigger than the rest of the hobbits.
Oh, that's wild.
Because they're all regular sized.
Yeah.
Like Ian McKellen's like probably like 6'2" or whatever. But
Yeah.
anyways, and so he was on the set of The Hobbit, and he had like an emotional breakdown because it was all green screen.
Yeah.
And he said that this is not what acting like. This is not why I became an actor, because I'm not doing anything, because everything was CG in that movie. All the dwarves.
Really?
Whatever, yeah. They
Everything?
were CG. Yeah.
Like was animated by somebody.
Yeah. It's crazy. They spent so much money. Weta Digital out of New Zealand or Australia did that. Nuts, dude. They did like Thanos for Infinity War and stuff.
Oh, dude, the Thanos thing was so weird to me. I just couldn't get past the fact that he just looked so fake. He looked so fake to me.
Yeah, but that's the realest that anything's ever looked. He had like
Exactly.
pores and hair follicles and beard stubble and
Yeah, and it was like
crazy.
fluid motion. Like you
Yeah.
could see his muscles like moving his face and shit. Like he looked real.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, you could still just tell it was just so fake.
It's weird hearing
know
Josh Brolin speak.
Yeah, it is.
Because he like speaks in like a lighter tone of voice, but
Yeah.
it's that same voice.
Yes. Fucking, it was really weird. I saw like a picture online that showed like who's the guy that fucking plays Thor? Chris Hemsworth.
Yeah.
Yeah, Chris Hemsworth was fucking grabbing this giant green like when he's pushing the axe in to
Yeah.
Thanos.
Yeah.
Spoiler
He's got, like,
spoiler
a
alert.
green dummy.
Yeah, it's like a dude in with a green head, and he just grabs
An
him.
intern, and he's like,
Yeah. It's just a kid sitting there with his head like this, like, and he's just grabbing his head. And it's just so funny. Oh my god, it's so fucking funny.
Yeah, those
hilarious.
movies look ridiculous without. If you see the clips of them when no visual effects have been done, and they're just swinging around at nothing, like,
Yes,
oh, what's the
funniest.
goddamn? Oh, the craziest thing: live action Scooby Doo movies,
Great movies.
terrific movies. The
Great
guy who
fucking
played
movies.
Shaggy, who I cannot remember the name of right now, which is
Oh.
unfortunate.
He's a very good actor.
Yeah.
Very good actor.
Matthew Lillard.
Matthew Lillard. That's who it is.
Scooby, like, there was not even a model for Scooby. So he was literally doing all of that to nothing.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? I could not do that. That's nuts.
You could definitely tell. But that was the thing, like, how they made, like, Scooby, like, you knew it was fake.
Oh, yeah. Like, they
you're
didn't
like,
even
this
try
is-
to sell it. The monsters in the first movie
Yeah.
look so bad.
Yeah, that was really bad. But, like, it was
Great movies, though, honestly.
great fucking movies.
What is it, live action Scooby-Doo?
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo. Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, dude, Linda Cardellini is my dream.
Oh, yeah, that's
dude.
Velma.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dude, do you ever watch
God.
Freaks and Geeks with James Franco and Seth Rogen from when they're
Dude,
like 16? That's the best
Hold on.
show ever.
Hold on. fucking my buddy and his girlfriend were watching Freaks and Geeks one time.
Yeah.
And I was kind of chunky in high school. Like, I looked almost exactly like Seth Rogen.
Oh, she's such a babe in this show.
Oh,
Look at her.
I know.
Oh, my God.
But
Dude, Seth Rogen with the mutton chops.
yeah, I
You've
looked
never
exactly like him.
Yeah.
And his girlfriend didn't know me that well.
Look at James Franco, too. He looks exactly the same.
Yeah, his girlfriend didn't know me that well, and she pointed at him. She pointed at Seth Rogen, and she's like, "That looks like Trenton." She's like, "It looks exactly like
Everyone
him.
from that show like went on to be a very productive and like accomplished actor.
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
like James Franco.
Who's the young guy? Do you know?
He went on to act too. I can't remember what his name is though.
Oh,
Yeah, John Francis Staley.
yeah.
Above James Franco there, near the top, second down. Yep.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Okay, I know who that is.
Yeah, I've seen him before.
Oh yeah, he's in Homecoming.
Dude, what's up with the weird the movies that are coming out right now?
What do you mean?
Like, we got like Trolls 3
Oh, dude, don't even.
out, or Trolls 2. Like, I Met a Girl. Like, what the fuck movie is that?
The Gentleman. Hey, what is that? Hey, scroll up real
Yeah,
quick.
fucking slow down. I
No,
can't
it's all
read.
good. Yeah, The Gentleman is that's a prequel to the Kingsman movies.
What?
It's like when they were founded.
That's sweet.
I love the Kingsman movies.
The Kingsman movies, you just know you're watching the movie because it's kind of dope.
Yeah, dude,
what
it's
they're
just
doing,
sick,
like,
yeah.
you know that's not realistic, but it's just like a little universe that you're
I
just
heard
like,
Mulan
yeah.
is very bad.
Mulan is garbage. Absolute garbage.
People were upset that there's no Mushu, but Mushu is such a...
75%, Dan, you understand that Rotten Tomatoes is owned by Disney.
Are they really?
It is.
That's hilarious.
Rotten Tomatoes is owned by Disney.
Bad Boys for Life, that's probably bad.
Yeah. Buffaloed? What does that mean? I don't like that title. It makes me uncomfortable.
Buffalo wings.
No clue.
Dude, every time I drive by a Wingstop, I was like, pour a drink out for my dead homies because they opened up, and then like 2 days later they just died. They like opened up a bunch of chains of Wingstops, and then the people were like, not gonna go just there for wings. Like, that's gross.
How to Build a Girl. Dude, yeah, I don't know.
Greyhound I've heard was really good.
Do you guys watch The Boys on Amazon Prime?
Dude, I watch, like, I'm the most white basic bitch. I don't have time to watch TV, so I just watch The Office and don't pay attention.
Dan, you've seen The Umbrella Academy and stuff, right?
I'm currently watching it right now. So
Are you through season 2 yet?
Not quite.
Dude, it's pretty good.
I don't know if we should say anything because it is kind of an intriguing show.
Yeah, you should watch The Boys. If you like The Umbrella Academy, you should watch The Boys.
The Boys is the
It's
superhero
really good.
one, right?
Yep.
The Boys is the...
It's if like superheroes were like actually real.
I heard it's like kind of a comedy, but it's also really good.
Dude, it's super dark and gritty. I love it.
With The Boys.
Yep. Carl Urban has like the best accent. He's got like just a horrific New Zealand, Australian accent. It's brutal.
Really?
But it's so good.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen commercials for it. I feel like I was like, that would
they're
be
all
good.
over YouTube and stuff right now. They're on Tinder too. Like those ads that you see on Tinder.
Oh. Dude, I haven't used Tinder in so fucking long. Like, I haven't used Tinder in like 3 months, probably.
Mm-hmm.
I go on it like from time to time, like just as a joke.
I go on it like solely for entertainment.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I'll just go on there and see what I can see, and then like I'm not even actually like paying attention to what I'm doing. I'm just like swiping back and forth, and then if they match with me, I look at them, and then I always just fuck off. I'm like, whatever. I just looked at
we
you,
made
so
it
it
this
stops.
far. Yeah.
So it stops telling me.
Yep.
But yeah, it's fuck Tinder.
We watched The Patriot last night. Mel Gibson's The Patriot. And
Okay.
it was just, it's so funny because in that movie, like, Mel Gibson's son wanted to enlist in the Revolutionary War as an American or whatever. And he, like, met this girl once when they were kids, met this girl again when he was, like, 18 and he enlisted. And the second time he met her, he just, like, got her permission, or got her father's permission to, like, write her letters. And then the next time they saw each other, they got married. Like, so fast. It was just like bing, bang, boom. They're married. But that's how it happened back then, which is crazy to think about, you know?
That's true. You didn't really know someone that
Yeah,
well.
because like the next town over, 10 miles, that's like a day ride, you
Yeah.
know, or however
Oh,
long.
yeah.
You know,
Oh,
whereas-
yeah. You wouldn't be able to get there.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's crazy.
Like, even, like, I didn't want to walk, so I rode my skateboard here, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's
like,
how lazy humans are for traveling. They're not going to,
Yeah, like just a mile.
Yeah,
Or
rough.
not even that. Like 500 feet.
run 10 miles to your chick's place when her parents are gone, you know?
She wouldn't even be able to tell
There's
you,
been
bro.
some late night shenanigans, though, for sure. Just like,
Oh, yeah. That's very true.
going the distance.
I used to, when I was in middle school, I used to bike like 10 miles to a friend's house at like 11 o'clock after my parents went to sleep.
Oof.
And I would hang out with them until like 4 a.m.
Bike
And I was
back.
like, yep. It was crazy, bro, but it flew by.
Yeah.
It was the most ridiculous stuff.
How far would you bike?
It was like 10 miles,
That's not that far.
but there.
Yeah.
Then 10 miles back.
That's still a reasonable distance.
True. That's true. Yeah, that's
You know, because like how fast you ride through
I
the
was going
city.
30. So it only took 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And I just put on some music. That's like what? 8 songs.
That's not
like,
bad.
it's not
That's
that
true. Yeah, that really ain't that bad. Like you go fast on a bike.
bad. Yeah, I was going fast as shit, too.
Dude, I used to bike all over town when I was a kid. Like, I would never do it at night. Like, I would never hang out with people, like, from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. Like, I like to sleep. But I would hang out with people all the time, like, on the weekends and stuff, and I would bike all over town. Like, I would probably bike, like, 20 miles a day.
Dude,
All the time.
I love cycling, and I really loved it when I was younger. And then so I used to do biathlon. We were kind of talking about this earlier.
Yeah.
Or the other
Yesterday,
day.
yeah, Friday when we were all messed up.
And
Dude,
we started cycling.
can I ask this?
Yeah.
If you really don't want it to be in the episode later, it doesn't have to be, or you can just deny it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you did or didn't. How's that edible feeling?
Yeah, it feels good.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm very glad.
Yeah.
I'm feeling
I'm
great
for sure
from it.
stoned. Yeah, you look.
I had some beer.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No, but so we started cycling for biathlon training because it's really good endurance training because it's cross country skiing and
Yeah.
precision shooting or target shooting. Mm-hmm. And so we started going out to Colorado for once I got to a certain level for like a high elevation camp before we went to New York for summer nationals. We'd go to Colorado for 2 weeks and bike and ski and do a bunch of crazy shit out there. Like run a marathon, hike run half marathon, hike a 5 mile trail up to 12,000 feet from 8,000
Damn.
back
So
down.
you were training.
Oh yeah, hard. I was
Training
like
biathlon.
3% body fat, dude. It was unreal.
Damn.
Oh,
you went
so
to, like,
we
a
biked
place.
like 500 miles.
Got,
in
like, a professional
6
trainer?
days. Huh?
Professional like trainer that.
Our coach.
Yeah, your coach.
Our coach was a retired biathlete from the Czech
That's crazy.
who was crazy. He's a fucking madman.
3%. So biathlons, is that like the skiing, the shooting?
Yep.
Damn.
Yeah, so
Shit's tough.
hard. So
Hard.
the first time that I went out there was in probably 2015 maybe.
Okay.
When I was 14 or 15, and I went out there with like less than 100 miles on my road bike all summer, and like I'd been skiing a lot and I was in good skiing shape, not for biking because I just never did it.
Okay.
And so we go out there and we bike 400 miles or 500 miles, no, 400 miles in 6 days on bikes at elevation over. Oh my, unreal. Like up the highest elevation road in the U.S., 130 mile ride over 2 mountain passes for that one. And then we would ride over like 40 miles over Rocky Mountain National Park, which goes up to 12,000 from 7,000. Get into the town, eat, go back. Then another time
Did you eat a lot back then?
Oh, dude, peanut butter bagels. That was my go-to. I'd get like 4 bagels and just cover them in peanut butter and honey, and then just put them in like Walmart bags and just stuff them into my jersey because it was just pure calories, and I could just like mow them down to the water like nothing.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like, and another time we rode from Fraser to Steamboat Springs in one day, which is 100 miles. That's 2 mountain passes up to like 12,000 feet. And then we spent
Biking's hard.
and we spent the night in a log cabin on the river in the Steamboat Valley and like this crazy nice ranch from one of my coach's old athletes' parents. Yeah. And then we biked back the next day. And so this brings me back to that story about edibles that told you I was going to say for later.
Oh, yeah.
And so the last time, the last time that I was out there, I was 16 or 17, and it was the summer before my junior year of high school. Mm-hmm. And so one of my teammates was 21, and so we go out there, and like we had all like smoked before and had edibles like back home. Mm-hmm. And we're like, you need to be a real G here, man, and buy us some stuff. And so we did, and the first time that I had any from like Colorado, and I had like little to no tolerance at this point, because I was 16 or 17.
Oh God!
And so we did that crazy ride to Steamboat, and so we 100 miles there, 100 miles back in 2 days. I didn't wear any sunscreen, and I was wearing like a cycling jersey and cycling shorts, like spandex shorts, And so I was so burnt. I had like crisp, like you could cut it with a knife tan lines, dude. Because all my clothes had
packaged
all my
tan lines.
All my clothes had like elastic on them, so they didn't move. And so like on my legs, I had a tan line on my right thigh for like 4 years from this. I thought, I swear to God, I'm gonna get skin cancer. But anyways, I can try to find the picture of it. But so I get done, and we get back to the condo.
Did you grab me a bubbly?
And I'm like, we're all just like, we need to eat a lot of edibles. And so that's what we do. And so I have 3 cookies, or I think I was like 2 cookies and a thing of syrup or something. And so the junior national team for the Midwest, we all do it, like all the guys. And then we go to the hot tub with the rest of our team. So it's like 3 chicks and our coach, and then like us 5 guys. Yeah. And I'm sitting in the hot tub with my sunglasses on, and I am in excruciating pain because I am so burnt. And I'm sitting in a hot tub.
You're talking about this?
But, like, it hurt so bad, dude. Like, it's like having a blister, like vinegar on your blister, just burnt in hot water. But I was just so fucking tired, dude. And I was like, whatever. Like, this actually feels good because I can start to relax. I'd bike 200 fucking miles in 2 days. And
yeah, if
I just remember sitting there. And I was like, I took a lot of edibles. Like, I don't know how high I'm going to be here. But I was like, but I think we're all in the same boat, so it's okay. Oh and I just remember, because, like, I just had, like, a sheet of pain all over my body from the burn. And I just remember, like, sitting there just in the hot tub with my entire team. And then just the pain, like, slowly radiating away. And it felt like I could still feel the burn, but it felt like it was floating like 3 inches away from my body.
Yeah.
And I just like looked at my buddy, and he looked at me, and I was like, dude, I'm so unbelievably high right now. I need to get out of here. I can't do this. And he's like, same. And so we just like, I had my sunglasses on. We just get up, leave, and we like shower, go back to the condo, and it's like 6 p.m., like early as shit. And I just sit down on my bunk bed, and I sit down with a pint of Ben & Jerry's fish food ice cream. And Chance 3 coloring book had just came out, and I put in my headphones and blasted Chance 3 and had like a life-changing experience. Like, I was so high. It was unbelievable. I've never been that stoned ever again in my entire life.
Oh my God, that's fucking hilarious.
It's like when people tell you about like doing mushrooms or acid for the first time, and they say that your first trip, like you'll only try to replicate. Like, that's what that was.
Dude, you were on so many drugs. When you did edibles already, you were on so many.
Well, yeah, because I'd been running on, pretty much adrenaline and whatever for 2 days.
Adrenaline, endorphins, because your brain gets a certain high from when you're exercising that much.
Yeah.
When you keep your heart rate at like 150 for hours, like you're doing.
It was 12 hours there, 12 hours back.
Yeah. That's fucking crazy. That is crazy. 12 hours of just your heart beating like that?
Yeah, dude.
You were releasing so many endorphins.
At elevation, too. That's what made it brutal.
Oh.
Thin air, dude.
I'd just throw up and pass out.
I think about, like, because I went to Colorado right before school started this year with my best friend, my cousin, and my best friend's girlfriend. And, we went a lot of the places that we went back when I was training there because I just knew the area really well. And I knew, like, a bunch of hikes that we could do and whatever. And I was like, how the fuck did I do this when I was 16? Like, I look at pictures of me from back then, I'm like, that don't even make any sense. Like, how skinny I was. Like, I'm still, like, pretty skinny. But, like, I just, going back, and, like, I ran up Pikes Peak when I was 15 in 3 hours and 20 minutes.
What is that?
That's a half marathon.
It's 14 miles, up to 14,000
Pikes
feet.
Peak is one of the hardest marathons to do because
Yeah,
it's
dude.
it's
On
a
the
marathon that
trail.
half of it's up, half of it's down.
Yeah. We just ran up. It was just a time
And
trial
it's-
from the bottom to the top.
And the elevation change is like over a mile, I believe.
Yeah.
It's insanity.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous.
I know. And we just did it, like, without question. We were such fucking...
You were
like
probably shredded.
Oh, yeah, unreal. Yeah, but we were just, like, degenerates on just, like we were all just junkies for adrenaline, you know,
Yeah.
at the end of it. But
Absolutely.
it wasn't, like, doing crazy stunts. It was just absolutely murdering ourselves physically.
Yeah.
And getting that feeling that you get when you're done of just pure satisfaction. And,
Oh, yeah.
you know, and especially, like, if you do really good in a race.
It's like an orgasm.
And with,
It's great.
oh, my God, dude, with shooting, like, you shoot all 5 targets. And the first time you do that in a race, like, that's an endorphin high that you'll never match ever again.
Ding, ding, ding,
You know?
ding. That would be impressive.
But we were all just junkies on it, and so when we couldn't, like, when we'd get pent up, we would just party so hard. Like, it was just unreal. We'd be at the Olympic Training Center, and we'd be, like, smoking pot in the hiking trails out back, and, like, getting drunk in our hotel rooms.
That's
and
one
stuff.
crazy thing. I just listened to a podcast with fucking Miley Cyrus and Joe Rogan.
Okay.
And she was talking about, like, doing drugs all the time, like a lot of drugs. Like, she was like, I already had a natural tolerance for what I was doing.
Yeah.
So, like, the shit that you're doing just gives you, like, this adrenaline high. And that adrenaline high is, like, it kind of controls your tolerance to other highs. Like, how, you know what I mean? Like, of that nature. What are you looking for?
I'm trying to find a...
Like she's going like out and singing to like thousands of
Yeah.
people.
Oh,
She's
yeah.
on top
Her
of the
job.
Oh,
world.
dude, can you imagine I go back to Garth Brooks. We were talking about this the other day at my place, but can you imagine the rush that you get from having 1 million people scream your song back at you?
It's fucking insanity that
Dude.
like you came up with.
Yeah, when Garth Brooks played in Central Park, 1 million people showed up, dude.
That's crazy.
Can you imagine that? 1 million people in a park listening to whatever, 6 guys, one guy singing with a guitar. Crazy. And they were singing. He said that he didn't sing a single time that night. Like, I mean, he sang, but like they were singing to him more than he was singing to them. The rush. That's when he took a break, because he had all 3 of his daughters, and that was what he was like, I need to take a break. And so he like took like a 10-year break from performing.
That's like a big high.
But that's what I was saying. Like,
That's a
you have to be
huge
like
high.
such a morally true person, or like you just have to have your shit in such order to like achieve that level of fame and not just completely lose it.
Why?
That's so few people can do that.
Yeah. Why do you think like actors and actresses like resort to drugs and alcohol? Because
Yeah.
they're doing high risk shit.
Yeah.
You think your adrenaline's not gonna be pumping every time you like do a movie? Like,
Yeah.
It's
No,
every
it's
time
crazy.
you're fucking on stage, like jumping around, people are going up with your creation. Like, you're the center of attention. Our chimp brains love that. Love that.
Yeah.
But we also get desensitized to things very easily. And that's why a lot of actors and actresses, people with these high adrenaline jobs, like, they resort to drugs.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about the 27 Club with
they have the
musical
money, too.
artists.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking about Mac Miller dying at 27. You know, Kurt Cobain, Janis Joplin, Jim Morrison. You know, so many people. That's how long it is. You know, and it's expected, because he raps about it in like 2014 on Good AM. He raps about not joining the 27 Club, and then he ended up
but he
overdosing. Yeah, on fentanyl.
Yeah, but that's like the craziest part about it is like those like musicians were so life changing.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
Mac Miller
Yeah, because
took-
we were talking about kids and Donald Trump and
Yeah.
Blue Slide Park and all that.
Oh, all of his songs were
Blue
just
Slide Market,
magnificent, fantastic songs.
Yeah.
What's up, Naj?
Well, that's like Juice WRLD, bro. He talked about overdosing in one of his songs.
Yeah,
and
he
ended
was a
up-
lot quicker, though, because he only made music for like 3 years or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he had some bangers, man.
Yeah, I was listening to Juice WRLD on my way here.
Oh yeah, he is. amazing songs, and he was like revolutionary too.
He was like the first of that new wave of like hip hop and pop or whatever that I actually liked. Like I do not like
that's what I'm saying.
Lil Uzi or like Trippie Redd or
Post Malone.
I like Post Malone. I like Post
Yeah,
Malone a
Post.
lot. But he's Post Malone is like something different in and of himself. You know, like no one's quite like him because he brings like such a unique like personality and like music taste, like with the classic rock. And
all of his songs are pretty similar, though. I feel like.
I don't know.
Well, it's all around. Yeah, it's on the same like wavelength. I feel like that was kind of like Juice WRLD. They both kind of paved a different way.
Yeah,
That's what I felt like.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Makes
like
sense.
X. Do not like X, but Juice WRLD. Because Maddie and Terrell play it in all the time.
Oh yeah.
In Europe,
That's when I got into it.
Yeah, same.
love
Well,
Terrell.
I know, like
Awesome.
I never like went out of my way to listen to him until recently, but I like appreciated his music. You know, dude, I get so upset when
Nas probably wanted a shower, but we were doing this.
Oh, there you did.
Oh.
You got a shower?
Oh, he just used a toilet. God, look at you. Just
yeah, dude, you're looking good, Nas.
absolutely cut.
Yeah,
Dan, I'm telling you, dude.
skinny guy.
Making OnlyFans.
OnlyFans.
Dude,
We're
I was
back.
thinking about it.
You have a huge cock. You could do it. People would be like, I love that. You'd be having women watching you too. Guarantee it.
I don't know, man.
Guarantee it.
We'll have to see.
Guarantee it, man.
I'm trying to find this picture of me with these tan lines from that trip, dude. It was
I'd love to
No,
see
that's
real.
crazy though. So, are the biathlons, are they classic or are they skate?
Skate.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
You can like kind of see my tan lines real quick.
Oh yeah, you can totally see it on the video too.
Yeah.
Oh damn.
Yeah, you could barely, like, that was a straight line.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
you were
It was a
tan.
sharp. Someone drew it with a ruler, dude.
Yeah.
It's all good.
That is, like, the most noticeable thing, too. But at
Yeah.
the same time, like, I bet it looked kind of dope.
No, not at all. Because
How
like,
low were they? How low were they? Uncomfortably, like, just above knee height?
Oh, they were like. You might be able to still kind of see the line. See this line right here?
Yeah.
That's where they were.
Oh.
It was right here. I still like. They used to be way worse, to where it's like an actual strip of like pink, where the really bad burn was. But like, it was like pasty white. Then after a day, it was like black, like very dark brown, and then like just a disgusting pastel of like red to pink to white down to my knee, and then everything peeled off. Like it all turned brown, and I had super tan legs and arms, and then it all peeled off. It was wild.
That's crazy, bro.
that's what, like, girls do, though. They tan all the time. Like,
Yeah.
I actually didn't know,
I was shedding. I was like molting, dude. It was disgusting. It was horrible.
I've never really noticed, like, how different tan people's skin is compared to, like, pasty-ass white
those
people.
old-
My skin's gross.
Yeah.
My skin, I'm pasty. I'm nasty. Like, this is gross. But they're, like, the girl I've been hanging out with, Callie, she is very tan. And it's super smooth. Like, it's like... It's
Yeah, but they do stuff to do that.
Yeah,
Like,
she
you-
uses
you-
lotion
yeah.
too. Like she's just way healthier with her skin, dude.
Yeah.
Like I scratch myself and it looks like you see like flakes and dust
Yeah.
and shit flying up.
Do you guys put lotion on after like you shower or something?
Sometimes.
I put it on every single time.
Yeah.
But I also grew up in the hood, and it's kind of just what we do.
I feel like you have great
If
skin.
it like in the winter, yeah, well that's because you put lotion on.
yeah, that's what
It's
it,
soft and shiny and shit.
in the winter, like when it's dry, I will.
Yeah.
damn, that's just what they do.
But I also like have pretty oily
Really?
skin.
Is that
so-
like a common thing?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Black people
Dude,
have to
yeah.
mend their skin all the time.
Yeah. Do you remember? You remember Frank and Giannis?
Yeah.
They
Dude.
never did.
Yeah, that's true. Giannis was kind of ashy.
Yeah.
Always.
I love Giannis. To be frank,
Dude, I always
That's true.
fucking say that.
They were
John,
awesome.
what's so crazy about that? I said that one time at a party, and some guy turned around. He's like, "Did you just say Giannis?" And I was like, "Yeah." I said, like, to be frank and Giannis, like, in conversation. And he's like, "Do you mean Giannis Niemek or whatever?" And I was like, "Yes." And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, dude, I went to high school with him. In Duluth, he went to Marshall because he went to Marshall.
Yo,
Ryan
what?
and
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
I thought
He went to Marshall?
Yeah, he
That's
went to
the only reason
Marshall.
I know about that school.
yeah,
Why is this? Okay. Anyway,
that just blew me away.
Wait,
No,
how
Giannis.
How did he
just
know?
Giannis.
How did he pick Giannis out of that saying?
Because I said to be frank and Giannis with you, like
me-
just
me
like
and Nate
that.
Started that.
I know because you guys said it, and I was
be
like,
honest with
"That's
you.
hilarious! Like, that is so funny. If you get it, that is so fucking funny."
Yeah, we started in Denmark. We're like, to be honest, and I was like, and then Nate was like, to be frank and honest.
Yeah, I know. I say it all the time.
Oh my god, you guys probably had the best fucking time.
Dude,
in
it was a
Denmark.
lot of fun.
It was awesome, bro.
I felt like people didn't like me though, so I felt like Denmark would have been a rough time.
People still didn't know it like about you. Like people thought, I don't know what people thought.
Yeah, right.
Are you
like,
saying like when we went to
Like
Denmark?
people always were like
or-
hands off. Like I don't know what to like.
What do you mean?
Didn't really like buy into being a friend with you, if that makes sense. Did you get that vibe? Like some people didn't do like buy into like.
Buy into?
Like, you know how people like go out of their way.
What, am I
like,
trying
hang
to
out with
trick
Nate?
him?
Because you know Nate, like he's
Yeah.
fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, he just
Yeah.
kind of gathers a crowd. But like,
I go out of my way to hang out with you. I like you, man.
yes, and I like you.
Oh, that's a good point.
That's what he's saying. Like at that point, like no one had like gone to that
I
level.
felt like
with you.
people did that
that's
to
true.
you, and I don't know why. That was the vibe that I got.
I felt like I did that to people. A lot.
But also, you
Well,
remember what my first thought of you? Like I was like,
Yeah, you thought I was
Yeah.
like 40. You guys
dude,
thought I
you
had like a
perfect
wife and
beard,
kid.
and I was like, what the frick? What? This is 40-year-old guy. 'Cause
Dude.
I just saw you like, and you had like a nice shirt on and shit, and I was like, yo, dude, this dude's like 40. We're all like 20. What the hell?
I recently saw that picture of you from high school, Dan.
Which one?
Where it's like I'm going to Itasca or whatever.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
But no, it's so funny because like I think about all the time that when Dan and our group and I were all in Europe, and like I straight up like we never talked. I like hardly ever talked to Nick.
Oh yeah, but you
Tom.
guys
I probably talked to Tom the least.
really,
You know,
like,
yeah,
the whole time.
Yeah, we were roommates. Yeah,
So weird.
yeah,
yeah.
that's a
but
good
it,
point.
But it but it wasn't weird.
No.
Like at the time.
I never hung out with like. There's
Yeah.
this girl that went to like IRE, internet, or no,
Yeah.
she went to Itasca and she
Yeah.
was in the art program. And her name was Bryn, and we didn't really hang out that much.
Yeah.
She was there with us, but I never like hung out with her. I'd always hang out with like Pierce, Jenna, and like all those people.
Yeah.
Like, never hung out with her though.
Yeah.
I was with like
Well,
those other people all
like,
day though.
people always talk about because like Nate is just like such a classic person. You know, like he's just one of those guys that's just hilarious and is fun to be around. But
is.
I never like spent time around him or even like attempted to get to know him when
Yeah.
we were there because like we just didn't.
Yeah,
you know,
it
because
was-
that's
it was
just
like-
the way it was.
Yeah, we had like our cliques. It was kind
Yeah.
of weird. But like,
Well, but it's just like it was who wanted to go where, and then you just kind of formed that group. Because like Lee and I, we probably like we went with Maddie and Terrell and Tyler and Cassidy a lot, but we also went with like Seth and Cole and Schritz and Logan,
right, like
or Schritz and Logan.
it was
Jesus.
weird because like I didn't really hang out with.
Yeah, like we all went to
Tracy or
yeah.
Nate. Like I would hang out with them every once in a while
Yeah.
at the place, and same with you guys.
Yeah.
But it was like mainly just Tom, Tom, Nick,
Nas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, oh god, I feel like I would have had so much fun though, because like you guys went and you guys were like actually my friends. Like,
Yeah.
I wasn't like friends with everybody that went, but like most of the people that were there,
no, we
I
for
already
sure
knew
had a good
very
time.
well. Dude, I really thought about going again. I was like, I might, like, I might
You
pay
should've.
for it.
Yeah, an extra $5,000 or whatever. Fuck it.
Yeah, the extra $5,000 to like experience that again.
Yeah.
D-Fox was like, I wouldn't do it, and Crystal was like, I wouldn't do it. But now I'm already like at 50 G's. I'm like, probably
Had
should have
50
done it. Probably should have done it. Oh no, that's what I'll have when I'm done.
Same here, bro.
Damn.
So
Really?
What I'll have
Well,
when
you
I'm
work,
done.
bro. I didn't work 90 hours.
I know, but I get no FAFSA or
Neither do I.
anything.
My
Really?
parents barely make above that.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. I suppose. That's
Gotta
crazy.
take out loans, man.
Yeah, I've been pretty fortunate because like I'm a heavy equipment operator by trade, so I was making like 27.89 or whatever out of high school.
Damn.
Yeah, out at the mines.
So how old are you?
21.
Oh shit, yeah, you're
Yeah.
like our age. So
So-
you're just you took a year off to work.
No.
Oh.
I used to live in South America, and so when we moved back, I did like kindergarten, first grade there in South America. When we moved back, I was halfway through first grade, and they're like, my birthday's in July. And they're like, he could be old or young. And my dad was super young for his grade because he was born in August. So he was like super young. And he's like, let him be old. I put him back in kindergarten because like I was taking kindergarten and first grade in Spanish. And I was going back to English.
Oh fuck.
And so they're like, he may not get it, you know?
Yeah, exactly. So how long were you in South America for?
Like 2 years.
Oh, so you weren't born there?
No. I was born in Virginia, Minnesota, actually.
Oh, okay.
My parents, I grew up in the boonies. You know where Babbitt is?
No.
Embarrass.
Oh, I know where. Yeah.
My dad worked at
what am I
North
saying?
Shore in Silver Bay, and so we lived like directly west of Silver Bay.
Oh.
So that's when he started mining. Was like when I was a little kid.
Damn. Okay. That's a good trade to pick up.
Yeah,
Mining.
And so that's how I
pretty
got
good.
into it. So that's mining brought us because he got into safety. Mining brought us to South America. Then we moved back to Hibbing then I finished kindergarten in Hibbing, and then they still live in Hibbing.
Damn. I've just like thought about it, and I was like, I lived in the same goddamn town for like my whole goddamn life.
Yeah, I traveled around quite a bit there for a while.
Think about that. Like one of my friends, he was born in Egypt.
Yeah,
Because his dad was there doing his PhD thesis.
Yep.
Like on like ancient Egyptians or something like that. Like he's a
Well,
historian.
my parents met when they were student teaching. That's how my dad met my mom. Like they were student teaching in the UK at the same school.
Really?
Yeah.
Student teachers, huh? Both teachers?
Yep. Yeah, they both have teaching degrees.
Oh,
Special
wow.
education.
Oh.
Yeah. Now my dad's a safety guy.
But my parents are both teachers too.
Really?
It's interesting.
Yeah. They know how to fucking. They know how to.
They just they have a different way of talking. At least my parents do.
Definitely.
No, and they have a different way of like handling like kids in situations too. Like they understand like the psychology behind it, you know.
Mm-hmm. So I don't want to be. I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but don't you have a quiz at like 8 a.m.?
I do.
Yeah. So we should probably.
It's 10:30.
It's 10:30.
Oh my god. I thought it was like 9 something.
Oh no, dude! That's the thing about being on a podcast is like you just sit here and you fall into
2.5 hours. Boom.
It's about
You fall into a conversation.
Yeah.
Especially on edibles, but I mean,
Yeah.
like you just fall into a
Just happens.
conversation.
It's natural.
And like next thing you know, you're somewhere else.
Yeah.
And you didn't even think about it. Like I've driven like 4 hours, like from Duluth to Fargo, like pretty
Yeah, and you just
recently.
don't remember any of it. I've been there.
And I just like don't
Oh,
fucking
I'm here now. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like pay attention. And I throw on like 2 podcasts, and I'm fucking there.
Yep.
And it's super easy, it's super nice, and I just fall into the conversations. Next thing I know, 2 hours later, I'm like, holy shit!
Yep.
It's 2 hours later.
Yeah, dude. I drove from Omaha to Fargo like 6 times or 8 times this summer, which is like 6.5 hours or 5.5 hours. It's not like brutal, but
That's not Nebraska's really that close.
yeah. South Dakota is like an hour away, which is funny to think about.
What?
Yeah, it's super close. Anyways, but yeah, I would just
South
like
Dakota's like an hour away.
Yeah, I just throw on some Rogan or like Tom Segura, and it may be like 90 miles, but it's not far.
I'm gonna have to upload this fucking shit tomorrow, dude. I'm exhausted.
Ellendale. What's Ellendale?
It's a place.
Is that like right on the border?
Yeah, it should be straight south of here. Oh no, it's way over. What am I doing? Oh yeah, okay, that's probably like an hour. Cause it's like
Yeah,
an
it's-
hour to Alexandria.
It's not that far.
Hypotenuse or whatever.
Oh fucking shit! We're that close.
Yeah. Yeah, Omaha's only 5.5 hours. Dude, from the flour mill that I worked at to my house was 3 turns this summer.
2 hours 19.
I'm sorry,
Yeah, to go over to the west.
I don't know where the. Yeah, I don't know, dude. We're really fucking high. Roseville,
Oh my
Wisconsin. Holy 6.5 hours though. You can get all the way to the middle of Wisconsin. That's a distance.
Yeah, it's the hour 16.
Oh my
78
God.
miles. It's close. It's closer than people think.
That is fucking
All
super
right,
close.
we got to wrap this up,
We
huh?
do got to wrap it up. Otherwise, we're gonna sit here
Dude,
and
it's
just
been
be
a
like
pleasure.
talking about maps and shit. the whole time. It's been a great pleasure, man. I loved having you on. This was fucking hilarious. I
Yeah, dude.
was losing my mind the whole
should do it
time.
again.
Definitely for sure. All right, we can wrap this up.
Alright.
Peace out.
That's it.